Welcome to the Fourth Step Podcast. On each episode, we interview recovering addicts and learn their story with addiction. Through exploring personal journeys, we get a glimpse of the depths addicts fall to and their path in recovery. We hope you enjoy the episode. Hi, everybody. My name's Kevin, and welcome to the Fourth Step Podcast.
What's up, Kevin?
Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
Hi.
And with us is our lovely co-host,
Josh Addict.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
How are you?
Good. Hello.
Hello, love.
Yeah.
Feeling good?
Yeah. I'm tired, but I'm here.
Right on.
Yeah. You ever drink so much coffee that it has the opposite effect on you?
I'm not sure.
That's where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting in
Okay.
a cup of caffeine that's got me nodding out.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our guest here today is our dear anonymous friend.
Hi.
Hi, anonymous friend.
Hi.
So how are you?
Good. I'm good.
Don't give us that shit.
Josh just asked me before this how nervous I am on a scale of 1 to 10. And I said, at all times, 24/7, 10 out of 10. So it's hard to answer because it would have always been a 10 out of 10.
So you function at 10 as
Is-
far as anxiety goes?
That's what it feels like. Like I do this a lot. This is like a part of it's a kind of a key part of my recovery and the way that I try to walk through the world is like, okay, what does my body feel like on the inside? And typically often is impending doom. Like no anxiety.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I carry some of that too. I get it.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel like I'm on 10 all the time, but I feel like I feel that. constantly.
Bouts of anxiety.
Yeah. And I'm probably at like a stable 3, but it spikes
Yeah.
often, you know?
Yeah.
The spikes are the hard ones to deal with.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Since we're doing the anonymous part, maybe let's do how old are you and clean date.
So I am 30. My clean date is June 21st of 2020.
so you have
5 years.
Is that your first clean date?
No. So I got clean for the first time. Well, I guess that's kind of a funny question. But when I went to rehab when I was 18, and that was a long time ago, it feels like, 2012.
12 years.
And then for 2 years until I was 20, I would do that thing where every day I would wake up, today's the day, I'm going to get clean. And then I would even go to a meeting and then also get loaded in the same day. And I did that for 2 years. And then when I was 20, so my first clean date is September 15th of 2015, I got clean. And
When you were 20.
When I was 20. And I
Got it.
stayed clean for 4.5 years. And I got loaded for 1 day in 2020.
Where were you at?
Where was I living?
Yeah.
In Grass Valley.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's a really long story short of how much time I have.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah.
That's
All
that's how my relapses have been too.
1 day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. I
Yeah.
got loaded and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've what the fuck to myself a couple times though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've said that a couple times.
Yeah.
We've
About
all,
you.
what the fuck, around Josh's relapses. Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. So,
We're all, what the fuck?
so you listened to a couple episodes.
Yeah.
And, we started out childhood trauma,
Yeah.
all that stuff. And so the routine would be, what's your earliest memory of trauma or...
Specifically, that kind of correlates to the trajectory that got you to using.
Yeah. That's a great question.
You mentioned before about thinking or believing that you grew up in a normal family.
Yeah, totally. When I first came to NA, when I first got clean, we'll say when I was 20, if you asked me to share in a meeting, I would tell you that I grew up in a normal home. Nothing was wrong. I don't know how I became an addict. And I remember the first sponsor I had multiple times was like, hey, have you ever thought about going to therapy? I suggest that you see a therapist.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like, there's nothing wrong. I'm not going to do it.
Uh-huh.
And I guess that's not what I said. I would say something like, for me, and my insurance isn't, I can't find a therapist. Like, that's typically the route I go first. I'm very like, I have claw marks on everything, you know?
Yeah.
And so my self-will is really intense. Anyways, so it would be some type of like, for me, my insurance isn't going to help me out. I didn't need to do the footwork yet, you know,
Right,
I just
yeah,
already assumed. And so, but it was very, I guess the point, circling back around, the point is it was very clear that I had been through trauma, and there's
Were you
some
in
work.
denial?
I was, you know, that's absolutely probably what was going on. Definitely avoidance. I was in a lot of avoidance.
Yeah.
And control. And I think that comes from trauma, really. And so the first, to now circling fully back around to your first question, my first memory of trauma, I mean, I don't know if I have a memory that wasn't traumatic, to be honest.
Wow. I mean, I say wow because that's my story.
Yeah.
That's kind of for me too. It's like most of everything's just kind of washed out, and then like pain stands out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing what the human brain like attaches to.
Yeah.
And solidifies as like memories and things to recall. And I think that it really does like it paints a picture of what goes on in my mind, especially around, you know, like I try to, or the way I see like work a program now is really around my disease and how
whatever
it manifests.
whatever you've been doing
Yeah.
since you moved down the hill is I was just sitting here thinking about, I don't want to sidebar too much,
Yeah.
but dude, it's very evident just from this couple minutes you've been talking just now. I'm like, holy shit, she's a different person from when you were in Grass Valley.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, about a year ago,
It's
I moved.
impressive.
Right. Yeah.
And I moved, and that's a long story, but you know, long story short is I really started to focus on my recovery in a different way. And
You're doing the feeling steps, right?
I started working the feeling steps.
For those listening, the feeling steps is something like homegrown around here, right?
Yeah, so to be honest, I don't know.
It is, yes.
I just
It's from this area. It's a spin off of the 12 steps with an emphasis on feelings.
Yeah.
Identifying feelings, and it's very well put together.
It's anyway, and you know, I started I very much I started, I want to say it was like serendipitous or like a coincidence, but I don't know. I'm on the second step. So coincidences are like a part of my life as kind of like my higher power.
There you go.
So I don't know really what that even means, but
Doesn't have to mean anything.
yeah, I started working with a sponsor that has like been such a pivotal space of like health or like help health wise, I guess, and it's really impacted my recovery a lot. And so I do also feel like you know, when I first moved, so about a year ago I moved, I had a different sponsor who was also amazing, told me, I remember one day I called her and I was just my entire, you know, that 10 out of 10 nervous.
It's gone now that you started talking.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because
Your energy, as soon as you started, it was fucking gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ran my life, the 10 out of 10. And I didn't understand what was happening. And I remember she told me, she said, it's like you're living outside your life. And when she said that, I was like, it just hit me. And it was like,
I do that too.
it was like, what is there left to do? so it was almost like I hit the bottom that I hit when I was getting loaded, but I wasn't getting loaded and I didn't understand how the disease was manifesting in my life. Like, at least when I was getting loaded, I knew I was like, drugs are the problem. But at that moment, I was like, I'm in the same place spiritually and mentally, and I don't actually know what's going on. And so from that it was like that moment, kind of like I ended up navigating my way to the sponsor I have now, and like I'm just grateful that like the path unfolded the way it did, because I don't feel like I'm living as much outside my life now.
The path that it unfolded the way it did, do you connect that to like something had a plan for you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. That's cool. You tie it into that.
I do. Like there's a like something I have talked. So when I started my second step, there's a assignment to write down the things that I can see that is my higher power in my life.
Okay.
And it started with like the first thing is like the sunrise. I see the sunrise every morning. And I'm every time I see it, I'm just immediately like,
Gratitude.
do you ever drop into your body and you're just like, okay, none of that really matters. And so I see that every morning. So it was the first thing, right? And then second thing, of course, getting clean. Like the obsession to use was lifted, and like it was a gift, you know, and very clear.
So is it like safe to say that kind of the realization was you're living outside of yourself, and then the solution has been building a relationship with the right now and you yourself, like where you're at right now?
In a higher power?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the solution was in the steps. I mean, I'm on the second step.
Well, if you were to describe the process that's gone on for you internally, is it like finding yourself? What has made you feel like you're outside of yourself more? Or not outside of yourself, yeah.
So it's been feeling.
Okay. Oh, acknowledging the feelings.
Like, you know how I kind of started where I was like a part of my practice and a part of my recovery is getting inside my body and feeling my body.
Yeah.
So which that
presence.
Sounds, yeah. I mean, that sounds like, oh yeah, no shit. Now you're not outside yourself. You're inside yourself. But like, or whatever. It's just, oh God. And it's
presence.
It's just fucking funny. But yeah. And so, you know, and really I started working, like I'm clearly working around the steps around feelings. And so what are you feeling? And how do I have a freaking circle of faces that say happy, sad, joyous, envious, nervous. And if, you know, maybe potentially like a year and a half ago, if you said, how are you feeling? I would have been like, well, this guy fucked me over and these people were talking shit about, and it's like, those aren't feelings.
Yeah.
That's chaos. Like that's your brain circling around made up fictional matrix of stories. And so really kind of just learning, okay, drop into your body. What are you feeling? Okay, I'm feeling anxiety.
Josh, what's that called?
That's called the 2-foot drop.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, Josh.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
That's the 2-foot drop.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So, I mean, we did kind of get off on a tangent, but the early childhood trauma was you growing up without feeling. I mean, where are we tying this into?
I tried really hard. Yeah. So, like to sum it up, I guess and this is like no more tangents. Just tell myself that.
There's nothing wrong with tangents.
My brain's like,
if we spin out at some point, he'll reel us back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brain is, I'm a high frequency and my brain's like all the time.
Me too. And I ask a lot of questions around like, I
Just
think
off the wall shit.
I ask
He
questions
just-
for myself that are sporadic, but then also I ask questions based off of if I was a listener that maybe
Yeah.
didn't have the same experiences that I do,
Yeah.
what would be an important question to ask?
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'll take us off a route that, maybe it doesn't,
Yeah.
we'll lose track,
Lose
Yeah.
track.
Yeah.
Bro, you go, oh, I learned how to drive. And he'll go, what color was the car that you were driving? I'm like, what the fuck did that come from?
Was it a 1-lane road?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so your childhood trauma.
Did you have your seatbelt on?
What was that childhood trauma like? Can you identify it now?
Yeah. So and I only know what I know up to this point. Like I haven't really
exactly.
gone, like I've done different therapies and whatever, but I'm sure like the matrix will continue to unfold and maybe in a year I'll be like, oh, this other thing happened. But from like the knowledge that I've gotten so far on my childhood is like my parents were mentally ill. My mom is also physically ill. And she has multiple sclerosis. And so my entire childhood was like very much my mom, she went through phases of not being able to walk, not being able to see. Then she can walk, but they're both like very mentally unstable and mentally ill. And their relationship was very unsafe. And so as a child...
Their relationship with each other.
Yes.
Okay.
And they divorced, like as a child, I think I just began my life walking on eggshells.
10.
And 10 out of 10, exactly. And just constantly my like the space and feelings of inadequacy and lack of safety were like, that's very old. Like those feelings are very old for me. And I think that that's traumatic.
No, it absolutely is. And that's one thing that I found about my childhood was I realized that I grew up in a constant state of fear.
Yeah.
And that was because I was not being protected by the people that were supposed to be protecting me.
Yeah.
And so that caused what I learned today was acute hyper awareness.
It still fucks me up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you walk into a room and before you even know what you're doing, you've already got you're already in everyone else's head. You're like, this person's feeling like this and they need this. This person's feeling like this and they need this.
Or this person's energy, the vibration level is not the same as mine. They're a threat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
You understand?
Yeah. Yes, I do understand. And I'm a little bit different, but yes.
You can pick up on stuff. When you were talking just now, it felt like you were talking about some codependency stuff.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like I'm always in everyone's head. I know that you hate me already before.
Well, that's in your head, not mine.
But that's what I'm saying. But it ends up being this like.
Do you mean like right now you feel like that towards him, or you're just saying that like in general?
In general, like that's what my brain. That's like the narrative.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
That's the narrative that it usually says, like going back to the inadequacy and fear and all that stuff. But
did your parents give you that feeling?
Yeah, I think that they were very. So this is a thought. This is my assumption, but very narcissistic and almost like one day something's okay for me to do and they love me, and the next day I do that same thing and it's fucked up and they hate me and they're yelling at me, right? And as a kid, right, I didn't understand that I'm okay whether someone's upset with me or not.
No, of course not.
Right. And so it was either they loved me or they hated me.
That's some bipolar shit right there.
Yeah, it was very chaotic. I mean, they got a divorce. They started getting a divorce when I was 9. And they didn't finalize their divorce. They fought for each one was fighting for full custody until I was 14. And so it was 5 years. And I testified in court multiple times as a child, before I was
That's so traumatic.
I mean, it was like to tell, like, and I thought I didn't have any trauma. Like I had, you know, and I went through abuse, like I experienced abuse during that. I was very much like a latchkey kid who was also didn't understand what an unsafe situation was. So I was just running around with completely
emotional, spiritual, physical abuse.
Yes. And the amount of, like the amount
Where
that I
did
was
you grow up?
in Maine.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so I grew up in Maine until I was 14. And then when that divorce was finalized, my dad ended up with full custody of my sister and I, and he moved to California.
As
In
far away from Maine,
Grass Valley?
Yeah.
as far away from Maine as he can get.
Uh-huh. Yep. He did geographical.
Yeah.
Knew people, places, and things.
Same mess?
Yeah, it ended up looking different. Like I believe, it's hard for me to say if he's an addict or not. However, he started getting loaded.
What kind of loaded, do you know?
Yeah, so he started drinking and smoking weed, and then I know that he took a lot of benzos and a lot of Ativan, like to the point where one time he tried to take me to rehab at a hospital, and he drove me there loaded. I was actually dope sick, and I was trying to get loaded, and they checked him into rehab he was trying to get me into rehab.
Right,
They checked him into rehab and left me in the waiting room. And I was just like, well, I am in Oakland, so where can I get $20? Like, cool, I don't have to go to rehab. Like, I can continue to get loaded.
Wow.
But so that is
What
like,
a trip.
I kind of think you don't go to rehab if you're not an addict, but I don't know, like, these things. So kind of like the same chaos, but different, you know. We moved to California, my sister, my dad, and I, and he just completely disassociated and disconnected. And that's when I really started getting loaded. That's when the disease around drugs.
Yeah. What was the first drug? Do you remember that you took?
Yeah. So the first drug that I took, I think, was alcohol. And that was when I was in Maine.
Oh, okay.
So sometime before 14.
Oh, yeah. Like 10, 11, 12. Which is crazy. Have you ever seen a 10-year-old like recently in the past like 6 months?
Yeah.
Yeah. Aren't they tiny?
Yeah.
Can you imagine them getting loaded?
I mean, I did it.
Yeah, but isn't it weird to see a 10-year-old now and be like, maybe you're using meth in the closet? It's weird. And I'm 4'10", so I was like tiny.
You started doing meth when you were that young?
So the first time I did meth, I was 12.
Okay.
How did that come about? I mean,
Yep, I was
12 years old.
Yep, I was dating a 17-year-old.
You were. I'm sorry. Wait. Mm-hmm. So you were 12 years old, dating a 17-year-old. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine a 17-year-old looking at a 12-year-old and going, "I'm gonna date this child."
Yeah, it's
Fuck me.
Yeah, right, and I was so desperate for love. My whole life I was so desperate for love, you know? And it's funny, it was a very, and that's what I mean by like the abuse and the situations that I entered were very unsafe. Like I was only used to unsafe people. It's the only thing I understood.
I so relate to that.
Me too.
And so like I have codependency, like very intuitive, empathetic, but very confused as like the only thing I understood was
empathetic with no boundaries.
Yeah, I'm like, how am I in an abusive relationship with a narcissist again? And it's like, no shit, like that's all you understand. Like,
yeah,
like puzzle pieces fit together.
Isn't that weird? Like, that we, without even knowing it, we model our parents in some of their their situations.
Yeah.
You know, their routines. Their character defects.
I don't think it's weird at all.
I look at it like I grew up hating my dad.
Yeah.
Because he was the person I was so afraid of. And that's who hurt me physically. And then as an adult, I ended up looking back and I'm like, I treated my kids a lot
Yeah.
Emotionally
Yeah.
the same way he treated me.
Yeah.
Because, and this is what I found out, because I didn't have any other model to teach me.
Yeah. Well, I think about it. So my sponsor uses a lot of like, I work in a gym and I understand that is how my brain works. And so she's always like using gym analogies with me. She's like, you can't grow your shoulders in one gym session. Like I don't get to go to the gym and do a shoulder press and then go home and be like, what's wrong with me? How come I don't have big shoulders? It's like you don't get bolder shoulders in one day. Like it takes years.
Bolder shoulders.
Or right, well-defined deltoids.
Okay.
I don't know.
Thanks for the breakdown.
So the anatomy of the shoulders, you have 17 muscles that connect.
pass on that.
Okay, anyways, and so, but like, kind of circling back around, it's like
Is it 17?
there's 17 muscles connected to the shoulder.
Holy shit.
my God.
I didn't know there was that
There
many.
you go.
So you need a personal trainer. And anyways, so that's my only sales pitch.
17 muscles in the shoulder.
I'm like, and you need my help because you didn't know that. So one of my defects, I think it's a defect, is that I'm smart and I learn things, and once I learn them, I think I need to then I have to be perfect at it in that very moment.
Oh.
And it's the same thing. It's like you're saying, like to create a new pattern in my life, I have to go to the gym multiple times for multiple months. Like I don't get to have big shoulders in one because
yeah.
I don't get to have 30 years clean
What would be
in one day.
what would be the defect there? I mean, it just sounds like an expectation, like you're setting the bar too high for yourself.
That could be the defect.
The defect is just making expectations.
Lack of humility, ego.
Oh, there you go.
Perfectionism.
Perfectionism. Yeah, that's good too.
Closed-mindedness. It's being like the I know thing. Like I'll be like, oh, I know. And it's
Yeah.
like, cool. You don't need my help then.
Well, if you back up and do big picture, you're looking at yourself and you're judging yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I should be
Yep.
here.
Yeah. Or like
I took one lesson. I should be an expert.
100%. Or like, how come I don't have a working relationship with my higher power? I read the third step yesterday in the basic text.
Yeah.
And it's like, like what have you applied to your life and for how long?
Just an unrealistic, painful expectation that you set for yourself.
Yeah.
And maybe
Lack of self-acceptance, maybe.
there's something defects become assets too. There's something to that as well. Like,
Well, it's one of a friend of mine says always says like, it's one of my favorite things about you. You have like a warrior spirit. Like
Yeah.
if I want to run a marathon up off the couch, I'm going to run a marathon up off the couch. It's just how I am.
All right.
And also that's painful. It's super painful. You don't have to do it like that.
Yeah.
You can train.
Do you remember the first time you got loaded to a point where you recognized that it changed the way you feel? Looking back, do you have an idea of where that was at, where it started?
Yeah. So I would say actually it wasn't until I was 16 and I did my drug of choice.
Mm-hmm.
Before that,
is that heroin?
yeah, it was heroin. So the first time I ever did heroin, I guess this is the cool part about talking here. If we don't talk, I don't really say this in meetings, but
No, that's why we do it.
but yeah, I was an IV drug user. So I did a shot of heroin.
The first time?
Yeah. When
Didn't smoke it or snort it or
Nope.
nothing?
IV drug user from the very beginning.
Were you by yourself?
No, a boyfriend I had already been using for a couple years or whatever. And I was 16 and he gave me a shot of heroin and that was in that moment I was like,
This is it.
I remember like I'll never forget that moment. I was like, this is what it feels like to be normal. Because remember that 10 out of 10? That's been like that my whole life. And getting loaded before that, I think was like I'm an addict, so more, I always want more, and a thousand's never enough. And if you put something in my system, I'm going to keep doing more, even if I don't want to be doing it. Like, that's just my experience. But the first one was always, this is going to make people love me. Like, this is cool. Drinking is cool. Smoking is, or some, like, I had this weird, rebellious.
Want to
like,
fit in.
Yeah, like I wanted love. I wanted acceptance. But then when I did my drug of choice, I remember feeling like, you know, oh, this is what it's like to be normal.
When it washed over you.
I want this regardless of any consequences until I die.
It's interesting because I spent the majority of my using doing speed.
Yeah.
That's how I was with crank too.
Crank, yeah. And so I thought that, I mean, that was my drug of choice. And, you know, long story short, I at one point I got my jaw broken, and this is towards the end of me getting loaded, but wired shut, and it was so painful at one point that my dad had to take me to the hospital because of the pain, and they shot me in the ass with morphine, or that's what I assumed it was, but it was an opioid. And then I felt the warm feeling wash over my entire body, and I swear to God, I remember clearly the thought that went through my head was, oh, this is why people do heroin.
Yeah.
This is, and luckily for me, I got clean shortly after that.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
I know that feeling, and I was like, no shit, people chase that.
Yeah.
I was too traumatized to allow myself to enjoy heroin to that extent by itself. Like I felt like I was in, like I had to,
Not in control?
yeah, I had to be really aware of what was going on. And so like, it wasn't until like later on that like I really started to like heroin, but I really liked heroin with meth. Like my preference was to have all of them at the same time.
You're a chemist.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You just wanted more drugs.
Yeah. I just couldn't,
Shocker.
everybody else would, yeah. Everybody that I was around that was doing heroin, like they did heroin like they did heroin, and all they wanted was heroin, you know?
Yeah.
And I couldn't get in that mode. Like I couldn't relax enough for that to be okay.
Yeah.
Like I was always worried. Yeah.
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
That part.
It triggered the sense for me I have to be in control. And so that wasn't in control.
No, you're sleeping at that point.
Yeah.
Completely
That's why speed was so.
But if you can let go, it sure is nice.
I mean, at the end, I was strictly, like, I ended up being, like, at the end of my using, I was an IV meth user.
Gotcha.
Like, it just.
So when that first time you shot heroin, it was like, oh, this is it. This is the way I want to feel for the rest of my life.
100%.
Did it make the 10 out of 10 feel like more manageable when you would do meth?
Heroin.
No, I'm asking about meth specifically.
So
you said you ended as an IV meth user.
So that's an interesting question.
It would shut it up for me.
I don't think I even knew. I just I liked the feeling, and I couldn't stop once I started. But it very quickly, you've done it, so you understand. It very quickly would get me to a place where I was like
insane.
Completely insane. Like, can't leave, can't blink. No one's in the room, but someone's watching how many times I'm blinking. Like, I have to have 1,000 hairs on my head. And like, just, I'm sure you understand.
Yes.
Out of your fucking mind.
Just out of my mind. And it's a very clear picture of addiction where I can see it's like, the things that my mind would say is like, okay, well, if you sleep, you gotta play these games. Well, just make sure you sleep 5 hours. You have to get to a point where you can sleep 5 hours, because it's not the meth that's making you crazy. It's the lack of sleep. If you sleep more, you can handle your meth.
I have a friend. I got a funny little sidebar. I have a friend when I was in, where was I? It was prison in California. I was at Tracy on the ranch, and the ranch had a lot of stuff moving in and out. There was like drops that people would pick up there. Everything that came into the facility came in through the ranch for the most part, unless guards brought it in. But needless to say, that created chaos at the ranch because there was always drugs. And there was this guy that's one of the guys there sold meth. He constantly had a drop coming, and he did meth all day, every day. I did it with him all the time. And every single night when the lights would go out, he would lay down on his bed on his back with his arms at his side and close his eyes until the lights came on.
But awake or asleep? Or you had no idea?
Just spun out. But he would just lay there with his eyes closed because it would give him a reset. And he maintained. Like everyone else would be losing their fucking mind and the pod would be in chaos and he would just be fucking cool as a cucumber, spun to the fucking hub. Just
isn't it crazy? Like what type of life humans live on drugs?
Yeah.
Like I think about my life now, and the behaviors of drug addicts when we're on drugs, and the life that we live, just like even like how you just said, like laying in the dark with your eyes closed,
making a conscious effort
so you can continue to like. Just a slave, just day after day, like so much potential wasted. It's crazy.
Just going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and fucking.
Yeah.
Looking back for me at my using career, it was like, it needed to be consistent because I didn't want the feelings to catch up with me.
Yeah.
Like my childhood feelings.
You're always running.
Fucking drove me to attempt suicide.
Yep.
That's how bad.
I was always chasing the shut up, shut
your brain up.
Yeah. I was like, because I would get nuts too. Like it would quickly turn into chaos.
Yeah.
And that's why I would like start adding like barbiturates and fucking benzos and
control.
heroin. And like, I'm like trying to like, I got to find, this isn't enough. I got to find something else to add that clearly the chemistry's off.
Right. Like if I do a different drug, it's going to make this drug okay. Like,
yeah. But if I was rested and I did meth, it would be like, oh,
I know. Yeah. But yes.
Wow.
Yes. It's the insanity.
It is insane. And so,
yeah.
So where did it progress? Like when the first time you shot heroin to like, it just got out of control.
Yeah, it got out of control.
Probably immediately.
So quick. I mean, like I said, that was 16. When I was 18, that's when I started trying to get clean. And so
pretty quickly.
Yeah, super quickly. Like
very fortunate, really.
Like how I said, like I have a warrior spirit, like in all aspects. Like I'm like, oh, I'm a heroin addict now. And it was like fucked up real quick. I have no regard for my own life.
Did you have like I'm just curious, did you have like a sense of identity once you started doing heroin? Like, oh, like I identify as a heroin addict now?
I think so. I just really didn't have any self-esteem, and I was 16. And so I think so. But I mainly just tried to hit oblivion every single day. And like really the progression is like at that point very stereotypical. Like I started flunking out of school. I crashed my car, barely graduated high school. Like I had to test. I went to a fancy high school that was like, didn't understand. They were like only dealing with rich people.
Yeah.
And so.
Was your dad well off?
My dad wanted everyone to think he was well off. Okay. So yeah, very quickly after that, he filed bankruptcy. But he's a different story.
He's a different story.
Yeah. But, so they were offered me, they were like, if you take this test, because they were like, what is this feral? I was like, feral. I was like going to raves and then showing up at school 3 periods late at high school in my rave outfit, like just stoned out of my mind. Sorry, I was sleeping. I don't know what happened.
You're thinking, but you had glitter on your eyes.
And they were like, where are your parents? you know? And, they were like, if you take this test, you'll graduate. That's how I graduated. Other than that, like I wouldn't have graduated, you know, and then very, very quick, same thing, lost my jobs, shaved my head, got staph infection. Like when I was 19, I was in a coma. I had a heart infection. I was on life support for a couple months.
Wow.
Yeah, like
shit went downhill fast.
Really bad. Like so when I was 19, you know, I was homeless.
Homeless, bald head.
Yep. In Oakland. So I was in the East Bay at that point, and I was wandering the streets as like an 7.
So your dad tried to check you in somewhere, and then from there you just ended up staying?
So that was probably when I was like 7, like he had been trying to get me into rehab for a while.
Yeah.
And so that was probably when I was like 17. And he went to rehab, and I was just like, cool, no one's kicking me out anymore, because he was gone. So I just kept on getting loaded. And
you guys were living in Oakland at the time?
We were.
Oh, got it.
My dad moves a lot.
Got it. Okay.
My dad, to catch you up on the moving thing, it would be a long time, but he moves a lot. It's a geographical
He's
thing.
still moving.
He's still moving. Yeah.
On the move.
He lives in the East Coast right now. On the move. And so, like, the progression was very clear that you would think of as like a using heroin addict, but it happened really quickly. I lost school, I lost car, I lost job.
Oakland made it a lot easier to just fucking
I was homeless.
Bottom out.
I never went to jail. I got arrested when I was a teenager, but not drug related. But institutions, and then I ended up in a coma, in debt. And basically, like what happened was I was an IV drug user. I got staph infection in my blood. It shot up in an artery. It transferred to my heart. I basically died. My blood pressure was non-existent. Went to the emergency room. I'm Highland, so it was like I didn't have insurance, but they took me, and I was on life support for 3 weeks. They called every one of my extended family. People flew in to say goodbye to me. They were like, "You need to."
Shit, really?
Yeah, they said, you need to say goodbye to Savannah. We're keeping her alive, but this is her time. She's gonna die.
Yeah.
And then after 3 weeks of being on life support, I woke up.
Did you go back to getting loaded?
Yeah, sure did.
Just to finish the job?
So I woke up. It took me 2 months to be able to walk again. So, because when you're decrepit like that, sleeping, I was atrophying. Mm-hmm. No one, like, they didn't care about, like, it's not that they didn't care about me, but
you were supposed to die.
I was a drug addict in a free hospital who died of my own. Like, normies are like, you did this to yourself, Yeah. And so when I woke up, like, I remember, I first had to learn how to breathe. So I did breathing, physical therapy, and then I learned how to move my hand to my mouth. Eating was the next. Then I learned how to sit up. So it was like I had to learn how to reuse my whole body again. Wow. I learned how to walk again after a couple months. And then I remember it was like the second day I could walk for more than 5 minutes, like from my bed to the car. I was loaded. I got loaded. And I got loaded for another 6 months.
Would you call somebody, have them deliver it?
I mean, I just found a dealer, like how we do. I'm sure I could find a dealer now if I really wanted to, but it was like at that point I wasn't that far removed. And so I found a dealer, and I just was like, same. I was like, hey, can I get a whatever? And
Jesus.
Got in my car, went and copped, got loaded for another 6 months. And I actually appreciate that story because the day I got clean clearly wasn't the worst day of my using. Like, I have straight up died and been in really unsafe situations. But the day I got clean, the worst part about it was the mental and spiritual and emotional bottom that I was experiencing.
So let me ask you, going back to that moment,
Yeah.
can you now put you were sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Yeah, absolutely. I was, and it wasn't physical. Like nothing can keep me clean, not even you telling me I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Nothing, no job, no person, no family member, no whatever, no Rolls Royce or
No intervention.
no, nothing's going to, like, nothing will keep me clean, but it has to be intrinsic. I have to have an intrinsic motivation to change my life, to surrender to a program of recovery. And that happened when it was like inside, I was so spiritually broken and circling all the way back around. What is there left to do? Where I was just like, I don't know, like I am so broken and I have no hope. And there was an intrinsic motivate, like I got intrinsically motivated. And in that moment, like I just surrendered. And that's when I got clean. And so
you made the emptiness made just enough space for a higher power to show up.
yeah, I became willing.
Yeah.
And I would not have become willing extrinsically.
Yeah.
I've experienced that too.
Yeah. That's what I was
Surrender, essentially.
I was relating to what you were describing as like, and looking back at the point where I was making that decision is like, I had the desire to stay clean was stronger than my desire to kill myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the reason I
Yeah.
stayed clean is because I had a 6-month-old boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was.
And for you in that moment, those were the only two options.
Yeah, absolutely. I was cut and dry.
And I think that is like it's like how I said, it's like funny what addicts, like, it's not funny, but it's like crazy our life.
Looking back, we could laugh at it.
Right. But like, that's a very clear depiction of like the insanity of addiction. Like we end up in places where the only two options are either I take my life or I get clean. And any sane person would be like, yeah, don't use drugs. That's a great option. And for us, it's like,
what?
It's like life change. Like, how is that even possible? And it's like, you literally just don't put anything in.
Yeah.
But it's, getting clean isn't, like, for me, it wasn't about abstinence, right? It required a change in my personality. I had to change my entire life. Mm-hmm. I had to surrender my entire life.
And you had already, like, been introduced to the program anyways. Mm-hmm. So you had an idea that there was a solution.
What did the first day look like? Like, where did it start? Like how'd you get to your first meeting, and what was the kind of the process like?
When I ended up getting clean the first time.
You're 20, I believe, right?
Yeah. So I had been going to meetings, trying to get clean, but getting loaded every day. And
from 18 to 20.
Yeah. And when I was 20 and I got clean, I was in a shelter in Oakland.
Excuse me.
So I was in a shelter sleeping on a mat in a room with about 40 other people who are also in a shelter. Concrete room, no windows, eating a cup of ramen. I had pants on from the psych ward that I had just gotten out of.
Had a girl.
Mm-hmm. And my hair was, again, I shaved my head a lot. Shaved my head. I had, again, staph infection on my face. That was just a continuous thing. And I had drugs. I was an IV meth user at that point. So I was like, not pretty. Nothing about any of this was cool. No eyebrows, type of shit. And
I can't picture that.
Yeah, super. It was a lot. And and I had drugs, and I remember like doing the things that we do. Like I put myself in the shelter, but I'm trying to trick the shelter that I'm clean, but also trying to figure out how I can get loaded with the drugs that I brought into the shelter in the bathroom. You know what I mean? It was like, the frick is wrong with you?
Insanity.
Yeah. And just like thinking that no one can tell, but like, yeah, it's like, we could tell. And I just remember going into the bathroom trying to get loaded, like whatever. Oh, by the way, I don't have any veins fucking left. Like I can't hit a vein, and I'm too tweaked out of my mind to figure out. Like I'm just like, well, is this like how we get? Like, is this a vein or is this a rat? Like I don't know. And yeah, exactly. And I just remember being like, I don't want to do this anymore. And my kind heart, I gave my drugs away to someone who also wanted drugs in the shelter. So they didn't go to waste. And and then I just said, I don't want to do this anymore. And I just stopped. And I
cold
said,
turkey?
And yeah, and I said, nothing matters besides getting clean. I'm not going to think about anything else besides going to meetings. So that I think I was in that shelter for another like 10 days or so until they were going to place me in a program. Maybe they brought H&I in, but at that point I was very institutionalized. I'd been in institutions like rehabs, psych wards, shelters, homeless facilities. And so, I was like, wake up, get your top ramen, go to group, go to movie time, smoke break. When is the next smoke? Like the dynamic, it was very, yeah. And so I did that for another 10 days. And then when I got into a program, it was outpatient / sober living. So I lived at their sober living and went to group. And basically what I did was I would like wake up, go for a run, go to group, go to a meeting, take a bus to another meeting, read my basic text on the bus until I could make it to another meeting. I did all these different fellowships just because I couldn't be. I could not be.
So you had a routine to keep yourself, your mind occupied.
Yep. I just said nothing matters. I'm just going to meetings. I'm going to read the basic text and I'm going to get a sponsor and start working the steps. That's all I did. And I did that the addiction is a downhill spiral, but once I start in a process of recovery, it's an uphill spiral. So like I start, and just by putting my recovery first, I started to look a little less homeless. I started to be a little less incapable of functioning, and I got to have a job, and I got to, get a place to live and build relationships, and like those things unfolded. But as a result of me changing my personality through just applying myself to recovery.
You started working the steps right away?
I started working the steps. I got a sponsor right away. And then I started working the steps probably a couple months in to like having that sponsor. Yeah. Yep.
Can we take a break?
Yeah.
All right.
We're back from break.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to jump into like the questions.
Yes.
So you want to start at like 20, the first attempt at getting clean? I guess you were clean for quite a few years.
Yeah, I was clean for 4.5 years.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll start with fears.
What fears did I have when I got clean?
Yeah. What fears maybe talk about fears that you had that first time when you got clean, you made the decision. Mm-hmm. And then what about fears when after you relapsed and came back? Mm-hmm. There's probably different fears.
Mm-hmm. Maybe yes and no. Honestly, I'm pretty simple. Like, the 10 out of 10 thing, always nervous, always afraid. And it's like, I think the fears are that my main fear underneath everything is no one will love me. I will be alone forever. I'm afraid that I won't make it.
Do you feel that you're unlovable?
I think.
No.
Is that a feeling?
No. 2-foot drop. Don't think.
Okay.
Drop into your heart.
I'm inadequate.
I think Kevin's like, no, no.
Is inadequacy, is that?
That's not in your heart, though.
I don't know what unlovable feels like.
All right. So in your heart, try to feel this. Do you feel that you're a good person? If you have doubts about yourself, you can usually judge where you're at with the people around you.
Are we targeting right in this moment, or are we targeting when she first got clean?
Well, yes. Do you still feel that way?
Those fears that you listed are from early on, or both?
Both. I experienced that consistently. Okay. And I'm trying to remember when I first got clean. I don't know. I don't know if I was in touch with any fears. Like, I'm pretty much like balls to the wall.
You were
once I'm doing something,
going to a meeting, running, meeting, running, eating, sleeping, reading.
And I mean, at that point, I was homeless, penniless, jobless, friendless, familyless, phoneless. Like, I was like, whatever, my hair is shaved. Like, what can you take from me? But my fears, I think, when I look back on it, start popping up when I begin to develop relationships. Oh. So, the vulnerability thing. When I tell my sponsor something, I'm afraid of being rejected and abandoned.
Okay.
When I start doing something, I'm afraid of failure. When I enter a room, I'm afraid of being ostracized, that everyone's going to hate me. So it's a lot of extrinsically based fears of being accepted or safe or rejected or failing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that I don't know if those ever, like, I still experience those today.
Yeah, my biggest fear when I first got clean, fear of failure.
Yeah. Of failing, of like not being able to stay clean.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if that happens, my world's gone.
Because you knew that the destruction of your life was directly linked to, at that point, like getting loaded and used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew if I got loaded, I'm going to die.
Yeah. Most likely. Awesome.
Yeah. No, it was guaranteed.
Yep.
Yeah. Because, at that time I had a prison sentence hanging over my head. So if I got loaded, they're going to roll me up and I'm going to commit suicide. So that was done.
Thank God for consequences.
Yeah.
Like, and knowing the real ones.
Yeah.
Mine was not being good enough. I had a lot of that too.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time trying to prove to myself that I'm good enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you still believe you're not good enough?
Just turn the questions back on us.
That's okay. It's not as, is it okay, Kevin? Can we?
Oh, I just looked at
I'm
her.
better at that. I'm good at that.
Yeah. I just looked at her and she's like, yeah, that's what I did.
This is my happy place. I'll ask you questions all day.
I don't think it's so prevalent today, but it's sneaky.
Yeah.
Like, it'll creep in. Like, I'll find myself responding in obsession or just mentally based off of a quiet fear of not being good enough.
Yeah.
Like, it's very subtle. It's not like controlling my life.
Yeah.
But it will sneak in moments of weakness or insecurity or fear of the unknown or whatever. It pops in there, and then I'll start responding to it without realizing it and be like, what the fuck?
It's disguised.
Which is weird because a large portion of like your personality is like, I don't give a fuck what people think.
Yeah.
But you do in a certain aspect.
I think it's mostly for me.
Yeah.
It's feeling good
Yeah.
enough for myself.
Gotcha.
Because it really is with me.
Do you believe that you were born good enough and you're still good enough already?
She did it again.
Yeah, she did. Ask me again.
Who's
one more
running
time?
this show anyways?
Yeah. Ask me one more time.
Do you believe that you were born good enough? That there was never any question that you weren't good enough? And that's a lie.
Do you believe that today, right now?
I mean, I'm trying to connect with that question, like truly internally, like I know that the answer is yes.
Mm-hmm. It's in the head.
However, that's a tough one to connect with because logically my brain wants to tie meaning to a child or like an unaccomplished version of myself. And I'm like, how could I like just come out and like, I didn't earn anything yet.
Yeah.
You know, so, but yes, spiritually, spiritually, whole from the jump. Yeah. I do feel that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's an interesting question. That's really because if you think about it the wrong way, you could spin out on it.
Most of the time with everything.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
You're answering
for sure.
for yourself.
All things. Yeah.
Yeah. It's something that I work on. So
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
So those fears,
Yeah.
a lot of it is like it really sounds like you're judging yourself. Like you should be somewhere, you should have accomplished this, or you shouldn't be feeling this way, or you
All the time.
should expectations of yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think it really manifested in social acceptability. If other people accept me, then those thoughts I can dismiss those. Like I am whole.
Oh, that's how it
That's
shows
the
up for me
answer.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And what ended up happening was I got in abusive relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weren't we just talking about that?
probably.
Like we're used to the chaos.
Yes. And so I think that's how those fears, like, they also take a sidebar through my actions.
That's interesting because you and I have that connection about being comfortable in chaos.
Yes, 100%.
So when we're out of chaos, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like a lot of my program today is human being, not human doing. And I don't
That's the going from the outside of yourself to the inside of yourself.
So it's like I was even talking to someone yesterday and I was like, having feelings, trying, and I get tipped over. Sometimes my feelings are really intense and I call it getting tipped over, where I'm just like,
Really?
yeah. And I call and you know, I use my support group and they're like, yeah. And I was like, so do I need to, cause I'm kind of OCD. So I'm like, should I fold my laundry or should I mop or should I, like, I get like real tipped over or like, okay, I want to mop, but I have to vacuum first, but I have to clean the bathroom first, but and then my clients and I haven't made their programs. And then also I'm studying Pilates and I need to do these things. And wait, by the way, my deltoids are small and now I need to go to the gym. And I'm like, should I do back day or chest day? Should I, no.
Okay, so
this is happening. And I'm just like, all of a sudden I'm like, and, right. And it's like, yeah, but I believe that I have to do something, that I have to find I get real concerned with the correct thing to do with my time. And my friends
I do
like
the same exact shit.
Yeah. And my friends like Savannah,
It's so hard for me to relax.
Yeah. For you, it's try sitting and breathing and doing that thing.
God, dude.
We've done a lot of
Don't
work.
do anything. Honestly, and so you talk about.
Why don't you just try to be content, Josh?
That's
or
what I tell
not,
them.
I'm not trying to be content. Like you say, I'm like a different person. And it's because, so this year has been one of the hardest years of my life. Like I came out of an abusive relationship. I moved, I changed careers, I changed areas. And I'm starting to, like, I got to a place where I was at a bottom, right? Like I did with drugs, but I wasn't using. And I really had to start applying the program to my life.
At least you recognize that.
I think that you can find contentment and still be progressive. Like I think there's an overlap there. Like, and I only say that because I'm experiencing that right now and figuring out how to implicate it in my life because, my working definition of contentment didn't leave any room to still pursue goals and grow. Like I can be content and still be productive.
Like it was a stop sign for you?
Yeah. And it's been fucking me up for a while.
Yeah.
And it's still fucking me up. And so I'm trying to figure out how to like, there's a lot of like boundaries that I need to set with myself with taking on too much or committing to too many things or making a commitment to something that isn't spiritually going to feed me the way I need to be fed or,
one of the things that my sponsor said to me a couple of weeks ago was like, sometimes when we're in our own will, we stop we get in the way of our higher power's will unfolding in front of us. And I truly believe my higher power's will for me is way cooler than anything I can plan and try to manifest in my own life.
that's a good feeling.
And
There's a lot of freedom in that
because
too.
I'm like, I call and I'm like, I need to be doing all these things and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, why don't you just sit and breathe and feel your feet, right? And this is coming back. This is the hardest year of my life because I'm really like, I try as much every day. I practice sitting chaos in my feelings and I just sit and I'm powerless over feeling insecure. I'm powerless over feeling unmanageable. I'm powerless over feeling anxiety. And I just am like, watch it like the clouds. And what's the next right thing and how can I be helpful? And I don't change anything. I don't fucking do anything. I don't freaking do nothing. And it's weird. It's super strange. But like, I truly believe that my higher power's will for me is way cooler than my will. And the more I surrender my will, the more I do nothing, the more that's going to unfold. And I want that.
I like
shit.
that.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to be
It's a hard balance to find.
like, it's way, and it's interesting because I work in the fitness industry. So I'm around self-obsession a lot. Like, I'm like constantly looking in the mirror, like, how can I even out my six pack? Like, come on. It's just a weird version of the human experience. And, yeah. And like, that feels cool, but it's a different feeling than showing up without any expectation other than to be present, kind, loving, caring, and helpful. And
Right.
just see where the day takes you.
Right.
And not care about
You're
your
talking Kevin's language right there,
Yeah.
dude. All that stuff you just said is like, that's
But to apply that to my life, it's building a muscle that I didn't
There's
have.
a process for that. There really is a process for that. And it's very incremental steps, small steps at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like chipping away at the hardwiring in your
Yeah.
brain, right? So you have to slowly chip away at that hardwire, and then the more practice you have of chipping away at that, the easier it gets
Yes.
to let go
Yes.
of that hardwiring. And then
Yes.
next thing you know, in place of all that hardwiring chaos, you have contentment, you have serenity.
And I think, one of the things going back to like, remember I was talking about my defects and you're like, what defect is that? Is like when I'm like, okay, yeah, human being, not human doing. But it actually takes like repetitions
It's a
to
practice.
rewire. Right. But I'm like,
There's
I'm
some,
like-
the hardwiring that needs to be reconfigured is the base problem, and then what we typically deal with is the current manifestation or the symptom. And so the symptom shows up, like I called him last night or I called him a week ago or whatever, and I've got a fucking story.
yep.
And so we fucking debunk it, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like, I like feel some peace, and then I can see where
Yeah.
it went bad, and I'm like, okay, consciously I'm able to acknowledge like it went left right there. Like, okay,
Well,
remember that. Oh,
and I call that like an act of surrender. Like anytime I share and reach out for help, I'm like surrendering my will, because it's like, I lost my train of thought.
Well, you're
okay.
sharing and surrendering your will. So you call it an act of surrender?
Yeah. So like,
You mean being vulnerable?
yes.
Okay. I
And
understand
letting
that.
someone into the
chaos.
right. Like if I am in my own head, then I'm like I'm arguing with my disease.
Yeah.
The moment I share with someone else, then we can debunk it. Then I can see clearly.
Or get another perspective.
Yeah, like it's like I'm willing to try something. I'm willing to be open-minded.
Yeah.
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 I love it when I love that doing that process and getting the hit where it's like, oh, that makes sense. I couldn't see that.
Yes.
Like I didn't know that I was acting like a fucking idiot right now.
Exactly. And
Yes.
you like given us a bunch of information, or you gave me a bunch of information about you acting a certain way in response to certain things that are going on. And I'm on the outside, and my perspective is oh, that looks a lot like codependency. And you're trying to fit in and
Yeah.
mold into something that fits for this situation, and say, oh, okay, so that my outside perspective might give you a little bit of insight to why you do the things you do.
Yes. And typically that happens, and then it'll be like 3 days later, and it's like you just wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, Kevin was right. He was right. I do
It
that.
does piss you off, huh?
Okay, it
Not
does.
that I'm right, but just the fact that
It happens all
you
the time.
didn't see it.
Well, and my initial response is,
I'll hold on to stuff for fucking
yeah, it's like
months,
weird
dude.
how I'm like,
years.
I'm different. Cool. And then like days later, I'm like, they're right. And now I'm convinced. I'm like, anytime my sponsor says anything to me, I'm like, I don't think you're right, but I know in 2 days I'm gonna think you're right. So whatever you say, man.
Josh. That's Josh.
like,
I won't
We've
go as far
battled.
as saying I know you're going to be right in 2 days.
Yeah.
But I will say I don't agree with you.
I don't want to experience
I don't agree
it.
with that, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then it'll settle. And I'll be
Yeah.
like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's a journey.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, so fears.
Yeah.
And then was there a fear this last time? Do you have any fears today? Tough question.
It is a tough question. I mean, yes, I'm
Let's just think about one. Let's say if there's
Yeah.
more than one, that's fine. But what
What's your
is one
most predominant?
Yeah. What's the thing that
Yeah.
you deal with most frequently that you're afraid of or that you're in fear about?
Yeah, so I'm in fear that. So the honest answer to that is my disease manifested in another way besides drugs, and so I've been working through that. And same thing, I can.
What is it?
So, and it's I don't really.
If you want to share.
Yeah, it's something I don't really talk about. And I don't have that much experience talking about it. Like I've only opened up to a couple people about it. And so I don't know really if I'm there yet, but like, I'm afraid that the cycle of the disease will never end. Like I will always be fighting.
Some form of an addict.
Like I'll always be fighting obsession and compulsion and the spiritual, emotional, and physical consequences of being an addict.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you feel, not think, feel,
Yes.
do you feel that there is hope that it will lessen?
Yes.
That's tight.
So you can work off of that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not always going to be like this.
Yeah. And I practice the way I practice willingness is every day I set aside every day in the morning, right when I wake up for an hour, I do my step work, I read and I meditate. And then every single night I call my sponsor and I tell her the truth about everything to the best of my ability.
So are you sharing this, whatever manifestation it is, with somebody?
Yeah, with my sponsor.
Tight.
Because she knows every single thing.
That's good. That the reason I bring up that hope shot,
Yeah.
That it will lessen is because, and I see Josh go through it.
Yeah.
Like we'll have different conversations about something and I'll have a different perspective and then he'll talk about 3 days later.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, that hit,
Yeah.
And so each time it hits for him, it's like,
We just had a conversation about doing this podcast in video.
Yeah.
And I was really sideways about it.
Yeah.
And then we came back from break and started talking. And about 3 or 4 minutes into it, I'm like, okay. My idea is not that important.
I love that. For you. Love that for you.
Yeah.
I do like the idea. Just not
Yeah. We'll
for
figure
this.
something else out. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Well,
sure.
and I think that so it kind of it brings up a point in my brain of like how, how we're talking about the repetitions of rewiring our brain.
Yeah.
Like there's no way you can do that in one day.
No.
And how, you know how you were saying, I feel that in my brain, but that's it. Like I have had that similar experience with so many things.
What do you, hold on. What do you mean feel it in your brain?
What question did I ask you? I asked you.
Oh, logically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked you a
Separating
question.
the feeling from the logic.
I asked you if you know.
Felt that way from birth.
Yes. And so there's things where like I'll talk to my sponsor about and I'm like, she's like, do you understand? Or are you just saying, yeah? Because like, I'll be like, yeah. And I'll say, yeah, in my brain, I get what you're saying. And then I call her the next day. My life is in chaos, of course. And I'm like, I'm doing that thing that we were talking about last night. And I don't understand why I'm doing it. And, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, cool. So when did you learn this? Like, and in that moment, I think there's no other reality besides the fact that my life is fucked up because I'm not doing what she told me to do. And it's like nothing will ever change.
Oh, that.
And I have to do something about
You have the information now.
And I have to do something about it. And
Listen, you kind of slipped, I guess, when we were like on the back porch or something. You slipped and said something and I caught it.
Yeah.
You create your own suffering.
I create my own suffering.
So you have the
Don't we all?
knowledge that you're creating this shit.
I create the matrix and I live inside of my own matrix.
So what else goes along with that saying? That you put an expectation on yourself.
Yep. I absolutely
Self-imposed expectations can be the downfall of us.
Well, and it creates so much suffering. And
That's
then
what
all
I'm
of a sudden
saying.
my disease is like, told you were a piece of shit.
Yep.
You should go do this other thing that you're trying not to do
Yeah.
because you're going to do it anyways.
You know what, Kevin?
Everyone hates you.
You fucked up so
Yeah.
bad and you hurt so many people's feelings. Fucking kill yourself.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
I'm like, really, right now? Mm-hmm. Well, shit.
But it'll start with like, hey, you should go buy a new couch. Or like, you should buy a Rolex. Or like just something.
Hey, you know what goes
this
in
will
my
fix
head?
you.
You know what goes on in my head? I need another kitten.
Yep.
Really?
That'll fix
dude.
you.
Oh God, dude.
Fucking obsessed with kittens.
Oh man.
They're super
I'm a cat
cute.
person.
I'm a cat person.
Yeah.
You and Jen, between
You are
you and
weird.
between you and Jen, you guys are gonna end up with a funny
You got
farm,
a
dude.
Fucking zoo.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Kevin's like, I need a cat. And Jen's like, I need every farm animal times 10. And Kevin's like, I'll take care of them.
He's like, well, if I can get my cat, you can get your animals. And then they're just like co-signing this like animal farm.
And then they've got 12 dozen eggs on the kitchen counter.
Yeah.
Duck eggs, though.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget your eggs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so.
Look at that sidebar, dude.
Yeah. But that's funny that I relate to that.
Yeah.
Your perspective on the chaos that goes on in your brain is specific to how you grew up, right? Do you see that connection?
Yeah, I absolutely do. Because oftentimes I hear like, I think like, yeah, of course I'm like this. Of course I'm like this. Like, my dad was a narcissist, my mom was a narcissist, and I've dated narcissists.
Yeah.
Duh.
Okay.
That's like, makes so much sense.
So when stuff clicks like that for you, do you just sit and acknowledge it, or do you actually
I feel it.
internalize it and go, oh, okay, now that I know, I can change this?
Yeah, well, that's what I think. I think, cool, now I'm going to change and be perfect. But what does help me with is I just try to think like when I step outside and I watch the sunrise and I realize all that Matrix shit, that's like not even happening right now in the present moment. It does make me, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm a human having a human experience. This is my life path. If I take away any expectations, society, me, what I think other people are thinking of me, what other people think I'm thinking of, like all the
usual bullshit.
Like, yeah, cool. Like that was the experience and it makes sense. This is the outcome. And like, now I'm learning how to feel and I'm an addict and it's fucking hard. And this is what my body feels like.
And a girl.
And like every day I do try to spend, or not try to, but my life, I'm gifted with an amazing life where like there's moments where I'm outside in nature or, you know, I have an incredible life and I just feel so much gratitude. And I think that saves me from the downward spiral in my brain often.
Yeah. I could see where like a simple solution for you and a lot of the stuff that goes on with you would be the simple 2-foot drop.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just,
I mean, I say it a lot because it's life changing.
Yeah.
If you can change your perspective, change your vocabulary, that's what I was taught. And I preach this stuff because I was taught a gift with the 2-foot drop and it's life changing for me. When I'm actually able to talk and my vocabulary is feel instead of think.
Yeah. Yeah. When I can be in my body, I'm a human being.
Yes.
And not a human doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's fears. How about resentments?
Yeah. Most people in my life I resent.
Okay.
Resented. I don't know. Like when I got
that
here.
That doesn't make me feel safe.
No, not you. I don't resent you at all. So. But.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Give it some time.
On her way home.
Well, I'm way home and be like,
that fucking asshole.
No, that was when I remember when I first got clean, I was like, I'm ready for a 4-step. These people fuck me over.
Oh.
And I want to be validated by everyone. Might as well share about it in a meeting.
What's the word is indignation?
What it means?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Very indignant. Like righteous.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody harmed
self-righteous.
me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a victim.
Totally.
I think that is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I relate to that.
Mm-hmm. Big, huge victim over here. Nothing wrong is my fault or my responsibility. I'm a victim. But also I'm the worst and I hate myself.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. So there's
What a combo.
Either way,
But
I'm
also,
fucked. Either way, I'm
fuck
fucked.
me. Yeah.
And I'm a victim for hating myself. Of hating myself. Don't you know I'm an addict? Poor me. Yeah. So a lot of it, a lot of it was ex-boyfriends.
Well, let's isolate one. So what is? Let's isolate a couple if you want to.
Yep.
What was the biggest resentment you had when you got here?
Were they all the same pattern?
Yes. So, like starting with when I was 12, I dated someone much older than me.
17, by the way.
Yeah. So actually that was a second person. I dated someone when I was 15 when I was 12 before that. And so this is a pattern, right? I carried that pattern, whatever, long time. And he was abusive, sexually abusive.
The 15-year-old or the 17-year-old?
The 15-year-old.
Got it.
By the time, I don't even know if the 17-year-old was, because I was
Programmed.
I was like a yes to anything type of, and I was 12. So I feel like if a 12-year-old says yes, that's really not
Yes.
a yes, but like, I don't know. But the first one was, and not even just that. I think also what did a lot of harm was the emotional, like I stepped into an adult, emotionally abused, traumatic adult relationship when I was 12, coming out of a dysfunctional family and all I wanted was to be loved. And so there was a lot of trauma born in that relationship. I was 12. And so it's interesting for me to hear myself talk about it, because I'm like, how is a 12-year-old in a romantic relationship? That's, but that's kind of like when I remember that was like the beginning of real resentment for me, because I didn't understand any of that. Like when I first got here, the first time I did a 4th step and I talked about it, my sponsor was like, "Oh, you were raped." And I was like, "What?" And I remember being like, "Oh, I thought that was the biggest gift of my first 4th step was I was like, I thought that was my fault." I was 22 when I did my first 4th step. That happened when I was 12. For 10 years, I thought that was my fault.
Mm-hmm.
I did that. I created that. And that was suffering. So I didn't know what was happening. I just knew I hated that person and they hurt me so much. And when I first got here, it was like that feeling of resentment. Like I found that where I didn't have a release for it. And I found that wherever I could. I resented my family. I resented my employers. I resented society. I hated America.
When you were talking about that, I was reflecting back, and I remember I was like 30 years old when I actually found out that my childhood was not my fault.
Yeah.
Like the reason I got beat as a kid, wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
Like that's a long time to carry that
To think it's your fault. And
yeah.
What an extreme example of like, we create our own suffering. Not that I am bad for creating that stuff. I didn't know better.
Yeah.
But it was not the truth. And I lived inside that. Mm-hmm. And that has happened again and again and again.
Yeah. And then once the addiction hit, it's a great way to keep us down.
Well, like you were talking about running from your feelings. Like I ran from that. I never knew how to feel.
Yeah.
I always had to change the way I felt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, resentments, I found when I did my first 8th step and I made amends to my dad, I really resented him. But I got to a place where I wanted to make the amends.
Yeah.
Like I was an addict, I used drugs, but yada, yada, yada. There's things that I was like, these I want to apologize for. And what happened was when I made my amends, after I made amends, so much resentment was lifted. That's what that was. And I didn't expect that to happen, but that was the experience. And at that moment I realized, I was like, yeah, sometimes I'm blaming and resentful when I'm trying to avoid owning my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And so I think that I say that because I think it's easier, more comfortable for me to just get mad than to either feel my feelings, set a boundary, or apologize.
So let me ask you, when you have a resentment today, is the process working through the resentment quicker? Does it get quicker for you? Like, do you come to the realization in the end faster now?
I do. I have most of the time. Most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty isolated. So I don't actually get resentful that much. When I do, it's in a professional setting, and I don't get all wacky. Like, I try not to just go off the rails and be like, fuck you and fuck your mom at my job. And so it's very internal, like talk to my sponsor, write about it. And then in a couple of days, I'm like, yeah.
I found over the years, just the practice of working through resentment made it quicker and faster and easier. And I've just gained more knowledge about, that person is outside of my hula hoop. I can't really do anything about that. And if I accept them for where they're at in life, it makes it a lot easier.
It's a trigger for me. The feeling of resentment is a trigger for me that causes me to I instantly, from practice, I'm processing. I'm like, okay, I am fucking angry right now. Like, I am resentful. Why am I angry? What's going, like last night I called Kevin. I'm like, I am angry. I am in resentment right now. I'm getting resentful. And very shortly after a conversation, it was, the solution right now is nothing.
Yeah.
And then,
I love that.
And then 10 minutes after that, the solution was surrender and acceptance.
Yep.
And then this morning I woke up, I'm like, the entirety of my problem rests internally in my mind.
Yep.
And so by the time I got here this morning, the solution was, as far as what I was resentful about, relatively clear. Like, I'm resentful because I'm choosing to be upset about something I have no control over.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a little bit tougher when I'm in the act of doing something that I'm resentful with myself about.
That's a crazy cycle, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, it's more complicated.
Yeah, for sure.
To
Yeah.
say the least.
Yeah. Good thing we're in recovery.
But it is nice though, like to touch on the idea of like, excuse me, rewiring. Like, resentment doesn't cause me to react today.
Yeah.
Like,
I
would say almost 100% of the time. Like, very rarely do I react in resentment or anger at this point. I don't like it so much, and I've worked on it enough to where, like, when I experience that feeling, the response is
to process.
Yeah, something's wrong here. This feeling is not okay for me to, like, I can't act while I feel like this.
So that sounds like sanity.
It
sounds
is.
like a restoration to sanity.
Yeah, probably. Well,
You've been restored to sanity a little bit?
Or given sanity. I don't know if I ever had it before.
You did.
Well, it sounds like you're not practicing insanity.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
It is. Yeah.
Do you get credit for that?
Yeah.
I gave him a gold star last
I think.
Fuck yeah, I'm going to tell my other sponsors get gold stars.
Yeah.
I think that the credit that we get for practicing principles is the life that we get to live when we do it, And I think it's real easy to bypass the acknowledgement of, like, the life that I'm living is the reward for that. Like, it's real easy to, like, miss that,
To think that you did it, you created your life.
Well, no, just like I'll miss, like, I can miss the reward of the quality of life that I get to live as a result of
Doing the work.
Yeah, being a good person.
Yeah.
Like recognizing through repetition my faults and keeping my side of the street clean as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And knowing that it feels better when I stay on my side of the street and when I keep it clean. Like the way I get to move through life is more whole and wholesome and loving and healthy when I can stay there. Do I always stay there? Absolutely not.
Yes.
But it's better over here, you know?
And it's more, you get there more consistently nowadays.
Yeah, through the repetition. Yeah.
Practice.
Respond instead of react. And
well, it's kind of like most of all, we harmed ourselves. Like, I understand that now. Like, when I'm in resentment, I'm kind of the same. Like today, I don't scream and yell and throw things. It's internal. I just am resentful. I'm like, I call I hate this person. And I'm like, this person was, and right. But most of all, I'm harming myself. Like inside, my spirit is because I'm not a bad person.
No.
I actually want to be loving. I want to be a loving person.
Okay. I want to hit this real quick. Do you, when you have that resentment or it shows up?
Yeah.
But you know you're a good person?
Yeah.
Do you fight internally with, like, for me, maybe I'm better than that person?
Yeah.
Because they suck really fucking bad.
Yeah.
But I know that me feeling like I'm better is wrong.
And so I suck more now.
Yeah. So then I'm down on myself for feeling that way.
Yeah.
And
it's who sucks more.
Yeah. You do? Yeah.
Who's better than who and who sucks more?
That happens every once in a while for me.
And that's the cycle of like, I'm creating my own suffering because there's no one's better than anyone else.
Yeah. Well, I know we learned that, right? That's why this is going to be a process for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
Some people make better choices than others. That's for sure.
Well, and like everyone, like, have you ever judged someone and then all of a sudden you found yourself in that situation doing the same thing and you're like, oh, I have empathy now?
Not recently, but yeah.
Yeah, or if I judge, like, say I go to a restaurant and I'm like, that person didn't treat their waiter nice. And then one day I'm having a bad day and I'm like, where's my ranch? And I'm like, this is a small example. And I'm like,
yeah.
Next time I see someone do that, I'm like, oh yeah, I also did that. Like,
it usually hits for me where I'm like, I'm judging somebody and I forget.
Yeah.
I forget that that's me.
Yeah.
Or used to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Used to be. Yeah. I like what you said. I want to be a nice, good, loving person. Yeah. Like I don't always, there's been a lot of different times in the relationship I have with Kevin where like, I don't agree with him.
Yeah.
Like I do not agree with Kevin. Like, and there are times when most of the time I say I don't agree with that. And there are times where like I have to take the conversation that I had with him away with me and process it and like come to realize like, okay, I want to be a better, like the version of me. The reason that I chose to work with him is because he exhibits the qualities that I need in my life, like loving, compassion, peace, like all the things that I struggle with. And so like I remind myself, like, I want to be a nice person. I want to be on a clean street. Mm-hmm. I want to be those things. And so it's an interesting, humbling and empowering realization to like recognize, like still be acting out in a way that's like harmful to you or other people and being like, I don't want to do this. Well, why is this happening?
And that's what I mean by like, most of all, we harmed ourselves. Like we damage I damage my spirit when I'm acting in conflict with how my spirit, like how my higher power wants me to, or maybe I'm not saying that correctly, but I'm in conflict and I'm doing damage to whatever is on the inside for me. I'm giving fuel to my disease when I'm acting out of accordance with what I think is integrity with who I want to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
And so when I'm,
I was going to try and
Can you say that one more time?
I don't know.
Here's what I hear.
There's 17 muscles in the shoulder.
This is what I hear. What you're saying. You're
That's all I can hear now.
What is all you can hear?
There's 17 muscles in the shoulder.
I throw that in there every once in a while, and people get real like, huh?
I had no fucking idea.
Yeah. See, now we're talking about the shoulder.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Rear delts. Who would have thought?
Or
It's the hardest muscle to grow, dude.
It's actually not.
a great way
tough.
to
Yeah, it's not- I know
deflect
how.
and get off the
Okay.
topic.
Okay, sorry. Anyways, keep going.
This is really getting bad here.
I know.
You were gonna try and rework what she was saying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what you just described really resonated with me on a perspective that I have about my character defects are in direct conflict with my moral compass. My moral compass is where I hear the answers from my higher power.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I do the 2-foot drop and I drop down into my heart's going to tell me this is a good choice or this is a bad choice. I know right from wrong.
Yeah.
I really internalize right and wrong.
Yep.
And I know if I do this thing, it's going to cause harm to Josh.
So if you're in resentment and you drop down, is there a sense of right and wrong?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's gotten faster and easier to get there.
I think the right and the wrong is pretty easily
determined.
The solution isn't always easily determined because maybe, like for me, like maybe I lack the experience. Like I can be tripping out about something and then get to like, okay, I'm thinking like this does not line up with me. Like something's not right. I don't know, but I don't know what the solution is. That's where like
you don't know what's not right.
I know like
I hear what you're saying.
So the right and the wrong is easy to determine. Like if I'm upset, let's just focus on resentment. So like an exact example is me and Sadie are currently concerned that my dad started drinking again and he's hiding it from us.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that ties into that, but if I'm not careful, I'm angry.
Sure.
I'm angry about it.
Okay.
And so logically it makes sense that I would be mad, but in my heart, compassion, understanding, surrender,
spiritual
all
principles.
These things like, okay, so the me being angry doesn't line up with me. Like that would be like, okay, so the right or the wrong is easy. Like, okay, the way that I'm holding on to the resentment, this is the wrong choice. What's the solution? If I can't find it, maybe I don't like I called him and he's like compassion for the alcoholic. And I'm like, oh God, dude, I couldn't even see that. So like sometimes the solution isn't as easily accessible as the moral connection to the right or the wrong, you know? That was the only point I was trying to make is the right or the wrong's typically pretty easy, you know?
But the moral compass for me is where the answers lie. For me, the moral compass includes spiritual principles. And so where he was at about the resentment that he had with Dad, the 2-foot drop into your heart, the compassion for the alcoholic takes you out of self. Like it's not about you. Your fucking poor dad is struggling so bad. What kind of pain is he in that he has to drink every fucking day? Yeah. What is he running from?
Sure.
What's that internal conflict that he's having?
Yeah, it is.
So it's easier for me. That's what I was. My practice is the 2-foot drop, and the solutions is the spiritual principles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? I guess maybe another thing to add to that would be like the actionable steps attached to whatever principle you choose to implement, you know?
So like
That's hard to find sometimes
yeah,
too.
as far as last night, it would be like do nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's
the do
what
nothing.
I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah, when he's like the do nothing was like, oh, I can do that.
I mean, it sounds like everything is perfect. It sounds like
Like
you
it worked out the way.
right. Like I think
There was no other solution.
yeah. Like I think that your feelings make sense
Yeah.
based on the situation.
Yeah.
You acknowledge them. Where like for me, I'm powerless over the way I feel, so I'm not trying to change the way I feel anymore. You acknowledge them. You surrendered. You asked for help.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything. You didn't act out on them.
Zero harm, yeah.
And now it's a new day.
We were laughing. We got off the phone with Kevin and Sadie's like, what were we going to do? Just go home and Kool-Aid man his door? Like, "Well, you don't get a door anymore. You've been fucking drinking again. You hurt me." Like, and it was like, no,
Yeah.
we're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
We got back to the house and I was like, what would it look like if we didn't care?
Yeah.
Like, not like, fuck you, not care, but like, literally like, man, I have no control over this. And it sucks that that's the choice that he's making, if that's what he's going to choose to do.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
I can surrender.
So fears, resentment,
Reservations. Did you have any reservations when you first got clean when you were 20?
I don't think so.
What about when you got loaded and came back, when you started your clean time over?
Does anything trigger in your head right now about a reservation that you've had?
Like, if this happens, I'll get loaded.
Oh. Okay. Funny story. I have a funny story. When the first time I did my steps, I guess it's probably the first step, it asks you in the flat book, like, what are your reservations? I told my sponsor, I said, if there's a zombie apocalypse, I'm going to get loaded. I don't want to go through it. And she said, cool, you can have that one. And then I said, I was like, but it's funny because right when she said that, I was
She's like, I'm not even going to touch that, dude.
she was like, keep it, it's fine. And I was like, but then when she said, I was like, no, I don't want that reservation. And then I was like, or if there's a pandemic or something. And she was like, yeah, cool, keep those things. So anyway, which is funny because then I got loaded in there.
Is that you got during loaded during the pandemic?
Did you?
Yeah, so it's all my sponsor's fault. No, it's not. But I did. But no, other than that.
Wouldn't that have been funny? It's just like a week later, there's a zombie apocalypse and a pandemic. Yeah. You're just like,
I don't think that would have been funny for me.
This is a sign.
Yeah, no, can you imagine being loaded during a zombie apocalypse?
I couldn't imagine a zombie apocalypse.
Terrifying. Yeah, I want to be
Imagine
out.
not sleeping for a couple days and being in a zombie
No, that's
apocalypse.
what I was thinking. I was like, dude. Oh no, I am the zombie.
Oh no.
The zombies are real confused. They're like,
yeah, you just cut off all your hair and start walking with them.
You smell good, but like you look not good.
You look like one of us.
You look like one of us. I'm confused.
Jesus Christ.
So we could go down another. That's what I'll write my book about. But I got loaded. I did relapse, so that must have been a reservation there somewhere, I'm assuming. But when I first got clean, I don't think there was any reservations. Like I was done. Like I didn't think I could manage my drugs. I couldn't control any mind or mood altering drug. Like I still don't. If I take Advil, I fucking tell my sponsor to this day. Like, I don't fuck around. Like, I can't.
I got you.
And not that you have to do that, but like for me, I'm just I'm like, I have no more drugs for me. But I still think I can control my life.
What about whatever the current manifestation is?
Like I was just writing about that this morning. Like, I think that I can manage the consequences of the ways that I act out. Yeah. I think I can manage those consequences. And
have you ever
managed them? That's a hard question to answer because I think that I do manage them.
There's that word again.
Yeah.
It's pretty tricky. I just went through some surgeries and been on and off pain meds for 6-8 months and have have done well with the whole like there's been like some like questionable areas where it's like I could have done better there, or this could have gone differently, but like overall, like I still have my clean time and like I feel whole about it. Like I wasn't like escaping my feelings. I was like, I went through the process. It sucked. But because of that, like on, off, it's like, there's probably something to look at. Like, I could probably
get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could probably do it and be okay.
Yeah.
Like, and manage how things are going. Like I did it fucking 8 times in the past 8 months or however, whatever, you know, like, and I could probably get away with it and be okay.
Yeah.
That's your addiction trying to kill you.
Yeah. It's sneaky. I know we were just talking. I'm like,
true.
No, it's not. That's the thing to remember. Yeah.
And so I think when it turns into a reservation, when I think it's true.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I know it's not true, but we haven't made that. It's a reservation when it doesn't make that drop to.
When you don't process it all the way through.
I cannot control any form of my addiction.
Oh, well, I think for me, it would be like, maybe not, like I can't go back to full-time using.
Yeah.
But I could get a freebie every once in a while. And
do you think that wouldn't go back to full-blown using the freebie?
If I hit it.
So you think that it won't, the disease of addiction, when you're in active addiction.
If I hit it, if I did it in a situation where it needed to be a secret, like if I chose to like try and hide it and write it out. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Does that sound fun?
No, it sounds horrible, but
you're pointing at your brain.
But you think that it won't be a downward spiral and you won't eventually be getting loaded every single day.
Well, there's the denial part that's attached to it that like Josh doesn't see that.
Yeah.
We see it.
No, hold on. No, I see it. That's why I'm not doing it.
Yes.
However,
in the moment.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When you're on pain meds, it's like, this could probably work.
Yeah.
Well, and this could probably work. I think that's a good example of what we're talking about is once you put that in once I put that in my system, I'm like full throttle ahead. Yeah. 1 is too many, 1,000, more. Like, you know, like, oh, I can keep doing this. It's all good.
It completely changes you.
Right. But that's what I'm saying is like, we think the reservation is, oh, I can manage just one and I can stop.
It's in your brain.
But we know when you put one in, there's no stop.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me an addict is like normies are like, yeah, I crashed my car because I was drinking. So I'm absolutely not going to drink and drive again. And I'm like,
and they don't.
And I say that.
I just drank too much.
I say, yeah, it probably won't happen again. If I do it right. I'm just going to do it right now.
I'll be more careful now.
Yeah. Or like my brain will say, you're so, what actually, here's a reality of what happens. It says, fuck, I can't believe you did that. Shame on you. You're a horrible person. You should do that again. Yeah. And then I think
you fucked up. You didn't.
And then I think, should I do it? And then I'm talking to my disease. I'm like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I? And it's like, see, you're never going to get rid of doing it is going to get rid of this feeling that you're having right now. And I'm just like, and then all of a sudden I do it. And then it's like, see, I can't believe and my life is just unraveling.
I have a question for you. Through our conversations, there's small hints that when you were a kid, maybe there was somebody telling you that you're no good or you're a problem or you're a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
So that still creeps up.
Yeah.
All right. I recognize that because that's my story too.
Yeah.
I just recently went through a round of trauma therapy around that specific thing.
Yeah.
And that was like 4 months ago that I finished that round.
Very fresh. Yeah.
And about 2 months after it was done, I like all of a sudden thought about it and I was like, I haven't had a self-deprecating thought since trauma therapy. Like I haven't told myself that I'm a piece of shit. And it's been since trauma therapy. It's like,
yeah,
it's that hardwired self-loathing talk is gone.
Oh, yeah. What
Gone.
freedom.
Yeah. So trauma therapy did that for me.
Yeah.
So the reservation that you have today is that you're capable of maintaining your current manifestation and its consequences.
Yeah. I guess that would be my reservation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's acceptable.
I mean, yeah, it's a weird thing being in recovery. Like this morning I read Relapse in Recovery, and like I journal. I was like, this is my reservation. And then I just prayed. I was like, please remove this reservation. And then I just try to be present for the rest of my day as to the best of my ability.
Right
and
on.
I guess I'm just like, well,
It's a practice.
There's a certain level of like accountability that can be there's a certain level of accountability that I can adopt being in recovery that can place unrealistic expectations about me in society on me, on myself. And they're not bad things. And so it's really easy to like, like if I, like, for example, some people smoke cigarettes. Like I can very easily adopt the idea that like, I'm not doing good at recovery if I'm acting out with nicotine.
yes.
Right. And it's like, so what if I smoke cigarettes?
Yeah.
If I wanted to smoke cigarettes, I'd smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
Lots of people dip. Like, do I think it's a good idea? No. But if I do it,
Yeah.
like whatever,
Yeah.
like people, I don't think it's always as black and white as I can make it,
Right.
like I'll make it very black and white. Like this does not fit inside the recovery box. And so if I'm not inside this box, I'm wrong.
Like I have to be perfect. I have to be a perfectly recovered person with healthy relationships, working the steps, practicing the principles in all my affairs. I
guys are
am
killing me.
you know what I mean? And like,
Correct.
and actually, and I was just talking to a friend on my drive here.
There's gray.
Well, yeah, and she was just like, yeah, it just sounds like you're uncovering your disease in a new area of your life, and you're practicing a program around that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you know what Jen taught me? It was like one of my favorite lessons I've ever learned from her. Why? Question everything. Just like,
Okay.
like you have a belief.
Yeah.
Why do you have that belief? Well,
Yep.
that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
So, for an example, years ago, our youngest son wanted to dye his hair and then go to school, dye his hair like blue or something.
Okay.
And I'm like, because of the hardwiring of me growing up the way I did, boys don't dye their hair. Why? She says.
Yeah.
I'm like, because boys don't dye their hair.
Yeah.
That's a girl thing. She's like, why? Where did you learn that? Who gave you that information? And it processed over years of, I was given misinformation
Yep.
by misinformed people.
Yep. Very confused.
The people of authority when I was growing up,
Just different information.
in reality, in my reality today, it's misinformation because it's not true that boys can't dye their hair.
Yeah.
So that's,
You placed it. It was a fact in your head.
yeah, because
Yeah.
that's the information I was given.
Yeah.
So all that shit in the filing cabinet in the back of our head needs to get emptied.
Yeah. Like the conditioning.
Yeah.
Yep.
So questioning everything.
Yes.
Like why?
Yep.
Who gave you that information? Do you feel in your heart, is that true today? Like, no, I feel like
Yeah.
it shouldn't be boy or girl that can dye their hair.
Did it feel like freedom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And now
Like surrender a little bit?
I get joy. I get fucking joy out of questioning society. Society is some fucked up shit.
I know.
is.
It's a weird matrix.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's some messed up shit. Like,
Oh, you took the red pill.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm questioning everything now.
Yeah.
Like who's on the left and who's on the right? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like you have to, society says, well, you're believing on this half or you're believing in this half. And no, I believe a little bit of this over here and a little bit of this over here and none of this shit. And I think what you're saying is crazy.
I mean, it sounds like wisdom.
Don't do that to him. Don't fucking do that to him. He said,
Josh's nightmare.
He pulls out his staff and his like Gandalf hat, and he's like,
You guys are killing me.
I am wise.
Anyways, that was just something that I love, the lessons that we get to learn.
Yeah.
That's one of mine.
Yes.
let's do some
Resentments, fears.
let's do some oh my god, dude, I'm
What
having
are you
a brain
talking?
fart.
I got the cards right here. You want me to read them?
Assets.
Assets. Okay,
did
let's
fears.
see. What are my assets? I am so courageous.
Good.
I'm very courageous.
Courageous.
I am dedicated.
Okay.
Hardworking.
Okay.
These are not hard.
This is good.
I know.
Not often does somebody come on and
It's
just
weird.
make a they're just list. Like that's how I am too.
Well,
It's
and
like,
these are also my defects, by the way. But
they're all double edged.
yeah, they're the same. I take it to one extreme, and it's sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. But these are the things that I am great. Like I see them as. I think the reason why they're easy for me to list is they're a gift.
Yeah.
Like these are my gifts. Like I bring these to be of service to the world. I am
Courageous, persistent, hardworking. Is that what it was?
yeah.
Okay. What else you got?
You already said another one, empathy.
I am. I'm very empathetic.
Has it ever become inconvenient for you?
Yeah, like that doesn't seem like that's. I'm like, I take that one a little too far. I'm like,
I have no
think
control over it.
I think I know what's going on with other people because I can feel that there. I think I
The vibration?
yeah.
Me too.
And it's actually funny because the environment I'm in for work, I'm in for many out. Like I work a lot.
Yeah.
And there's like thousands of people at my job, and the music's going, the lights are on, it's really intense. And I'm just like, I've learned that I soak it up, and then I'm like
Drained.
I'm already 10 out of 10, right? And so I do find ways to like find the sun, take a breath,
Separate.
deload.
Do you have to physically remove yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me.
Decompress.
Me too. I'm the same.
Yeah, or I take a moment and I'll just stand there in the middle of the gym, close my eyes, take a deep breath, and I go, yeah, I'm powerless over feeling inadequate. I'm powerless over feeling overwhelmed, and I'm powerless over feeling insecure. And I just say, God, help me be helpful, loving, caring, and do your will. Sometimes I'm like, it's time for that moment. I need to do that. Ask God for help because I got 8 more sessions in a row. And like these people want me to grow their rear delts. Okay?
Oh my God.
I promised them all 17 muscles of the shoulders. And so yeah, I gotta get my shit together right now. Okay, so empathy. Yeah, empathy doesn't feel like an asset, but it is.
You're funny.
Thank you. I am funny.
She's got a couple more to pull out, dude. I can tell.
I don't know. Like,
Articulate, intelligent.
oh, I'm smart.
Yeah.
If you know all 17 of those things in the shoulder, yeah, you got to be pretty smart to know that stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm a tweaker. So I'm get real obsessed. Like I know a lot about my job. I'm pretty successful. But that's why I say persistent and hardworking. I have integrity. Like as much as I think I'm a bad person.
So honesty.
Yeah,
be
like as
honest.
much as I think I'm a bad person, like you can pretty much count on me to not steal your shit.
I have a question. We were talking and you said like during work, you're actually not like, you're putting on a front
Oh yeah, I'm fake as shit.
all day,
I mean, I'm not fake, but yeah.
but you're not like you.
So I am.
I don't know if fake is the right.
It's not right.
So you are acting out. You are acting out in reality instead of the chaos that you're feeling internally.
I am. I deflect. So my job is I work one-on-one with people, and I also talk. I'm a whatever. And so I adopt a certain persona, and I think it's a professional. Like I
You're doing a job.
appreciate it. I'm a professional. Like I try to be more. I ask more than I share. I try to inquire more than I am vulnerable.
Okay, that's where I was
I'm more
going.
interested than I am like open about myself. So it's more of like if I enter a conversation and people say, like a client comes in or someone from the gym comes in, hey, how are you? How's your day? I go, great. Tell me about your day. How was your morning? What did you
Right.
have for breakfast?
I mean, but that's professional.
yes. And I
Sounds
just
like
kind of
it's-
carry that, but I
My-
carry that for like 10 hours
So
every
my
day.
question is,
Yeah.
this is where I was going. So you have that all day
Yes.
at meetings.
Yes.
Are you authentic? Or do you tend to carry a little bit of both?
Yeah, so I am learning to be more authentic.
I
At
love it.
meetings, I'm actually, I just isolate mostly. I don't share. I'm the same.
I think some context got missed here. So the question was based off of a conversation that we were having earlier around you saying that you operate on a 10 out of 10
Yeah.
with anxiety
Oh.
and fear all day long. And then at work, you act as if nothing is wrong.
Yeah.
And so if you're doing your job and internally you're in pain or
Yeah.
in fear or whatever it
Yeah.
is, it's not that you're necessarily acting fake. It's that
I'm being professional.
you're acting in reality instead of the internal chaos that's going on inside of you.
Yeah, I just table that shit.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
my question is, are you authentic at meetings or around program people?
So recently I have been doing that more, but the answer to your question is for a long time I wasn't. And I didn't know that I wasn't until I got this sponsor and I started I started calling her every single night. I call her every night, to the best of my ability. And over time I learned that I need to be 100% honest with her about everything.
Yeah.
And once I started doing that, I then learned how much stuff comes up for me, fear and matrixy shit that I make up when I'm vulnerable with another human.
Yeah.
And
You don't do that at meetings, though?
and I realized I was like, I'm really isolated. Like, even when I'm around people at meetings, at work, I'm very, very isolated with what's going on for me. And I think social acceptability equals recovery. And that includes being at meetings. And so recently, like, I've gotten vulnerable with my sponsor and a couple other people. And at meetings, like when people say, like, how are you doing? I try to say, this is what's going on with me to the best of my ability. I used to never put my name like in buckets, like when they put it,
yeah.
I don't do it. I'm like, I'm going to show up late and not put my name in the bucket. And I've been trying to make a commitment to get to like a couple meetings early, put my name in the bucket. And then when people ask me, how was your day? To the best of my ability, share honestly about what's going on. And so I think slowly I'm getting better at doing that at
It's
meetings.
a practice.
Yes.
Good for you.
Yeah.
It's a great asset to have.
Yeah.
Is authenticity. It's not required at work. That's
No.
different. Right? But when you're talking about recovery,
Yeah.
being authentic is very attractive.
Yeah. And it is like connection is the antidote to my disease
There
thinking.
you go.
And so the more secrets I have, the easier I'm going to be trapped in the disease.
Yeah.
Disease loves secrets.
All right, cool. So any other assets you can think of?
Strong.
Was strong?
Yeah.
Are you talking like physically
Like I
strong?
can do a bunch of pull-ups and
No,
shit.
I'm talking about internal, like
Oh, the intrinsic value.
actual
I don't
assets.
know. No.
Strong can be an asset.
Yeah, it's also
Physically, mentally, emotionally,
It's a
spiritually. The warrior mindset that you're
She
talking
was
about.
funny.
I like the I like the courage, persistence, and willing.
that's
Like
good
I'm
enough.
I have like a little warrior spirit. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, I have other questions.
Okay.
Did you have shame and guilt growing up?
100%.
What was that about?
It was fake, made up by my parents.
I mean, were there certain instances that happened, or was there a continuous systemic
So
shame and guilt?
I think a lot of it came from like my parents shaming me.
Yeah,
Like, how come you're like this? How come you did this?
yeah.
And it would be like something I did yesterday that was fine again. And then today, now it's not fine. But it's not like, oopsie daisy. It's
that
like,
bipolar
what's
reaction.
wrong with you? And then I always felt different. I always thought I was different.
Yeah.
And I did things different. And I was very shamed. I kept myself a secret. Like the things that I liked, I was like very secretive about because I just carried shame. And I thought no one would accept me. And I thought it wasn't okay to like the color blue. And so I would lie about liking the color blue. And then people would be like, I like blue. And then I would be like, fuck, what the hell? I like blue
I
too.
knew I liked blue.
Yeah, and then they're like, what? And it's like, so it's just weird situations that like matrixy weird shit. And then it was like, that experience with that guy. I thought that was a lot of shame for me. Like I thought that was my fault. And it was right around, it was during the time my parents were getting that divorce. And I thought it was my fault. My parents' experience was my fault because, Child Protective Services was involved. A lot of time spent in court. I testified in court.
That had to have been really heavy.
It was horrible. It's one of the most horrible experiences of my life. And I just felt like the divorce was my fault.
Mm-hmm.
I was responsible for deciding where my sister and I lived because the custody battle.
Wow.
They were like, so where do you and Lucy want to live? My sister, sorry.
Yeah, I'll get that.
And so, as a kid, I didn't understand. I just was like, I just thought it was all my fault. And so I just was really ashamed of who I was and the choices that I made and the decisions that I made.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I had to fail.
Do you have any of that today?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah. Like failure is very comfortable. Success is not comfortable for me.
That's where I would start you on doing work around contentment. No,
Yeah.
I'm serious though, because
That makes sense.
That's the part where, because expectations, right?
Yeah.
You're not where you believe you should be, when the reality is you are where you are. And then if you stop and feel that and just go, like sometimes I physically have to look around, and this is just stuff, right?
Yep.
I have to take away all the physical stuff that I could see.
Mm-hmm.
And what do I have? I have my wife, I have my children, I have my very, very close friends around me. What's the quality of my friends? Like they're fucking amazing people.
Yeah.
Right. And so if this is what I have today, and am I content with that? Do I need to add or change anything?
No.
I'm content.
Don't need to do anything.
No.
It's funny because, yeah, so I success is like very uncomfortable, but I'm very persistent and very hardworking. So I end up being really successful. And it's just like this double edge.
Is that a qualification for you, or that you have to hit?
Well, I don't see it often. I'm often like, how come I'm not doing better? Like, how come I'm not?
You're still judging
And that's
yourself.
where like the lack of humility is. It's like, you're not good on the first day, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's a great practice to what you're saying is like it creates success for you.
Yeah.
When you set your sights on something, I'm the same way, always have been, and to my own detriment.
Yeah.
Like it will it did and does cause harm. Like it causes harm to me because I'll burn. I'm right now. I'm burnt out.
Yeah.
Like I plowed into a wall that I could not fucking just run through.
Yeah.
And it caught up with me, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a fine line. Like the boundaries and the balance in being that type of person is difficult to see until after it hurts.
Totally. Like
it's so hard to find.
I'm like, yes, it's
Josh said it.
Yeah.
Balance.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like when I see, because him and other people in my support group for years have been like, bro, chill out.
You're overextending yourself.
Like you are doing too much. I've got like 4 different businesses going, and I'm all over the fucking place. I'm expanding.
We're very
out.
similar. Yeah.
And they're all like, pfft. And I'm like telling them the symptoms of exhaustion and all this stuff, and they're like, bro, what you're doing? I'm like, yeah, but I got it. I got this.
Know. I mean, I'm the same way. Like, I'm training for a marathon and I get hit by a car and I'm just like, I have to run this marathon. And people are like, yeah, you're like, why don't you? And I'm like, I don't know why I'm in so much pain. And it's like, you're like on an 18-mile run in a broken, like your leg's like kind of in a cast, you know, that's why you're in pain. And I'm like, I just don't understand what's going on. I can do it. I have to do it. And so, yeah, I don't know. You know, what I try to remember is I work with my I'm a personal trainer and I work with clients and a lot of times I think if I don't look a certain way, I don't provide a good service. And I have to remember it's not in what I look. It's not in the extrinsic. What makes me a good trainer is who I am.
Yeah.
And I want to circle back around to like that contentment is like each day I write a gratitude list. I try to the best of my ability. And like I try to watch the birds. The birds, my God talks to me through birds.
Okay.
And frogs chirping. And,
specifically birds and frogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And trees and clouds.
And coincidences.
Yeah. It tells me when I'm in self-will through coincidence. Like if I drop multiple things within a 5-minute period on the ground that I didn't mean to drop, I think I just throw my hands up and I sit the fuck down and I say, I'm sorry. Let me rearrange. But
deja vu's for me.
Yeah.
I have a deja vu and I'm like, oh, it's a checkpoint for me. I'm like, all right, well.
And we learn these
doing
things.
something right.
Yeah. But I try to sit and be grateful because ultimately in the present moment, this is so fucking cool where we are. The sun is coming through these windows. We're sitting here. We're all pretty cool people. There's like chickens out there, duck eggs. We had the best coffee. It was frothed on the top. There's for coffee froth. You know what I mean? Like, look at this technology for this podcast. Like, this is legit. You're no lazy boy on a Sunday. You know, you got 2 bubbly waters. They're different brands, so you can choose which one you want. And so It's like, and when I drop into that, I'm like, okay, this is what I bring to the table.
I love that.
And it's me. It's not what I look like that makes it. And I get confused. So the gratitude helps with that.
Nice. All right. That was shame and guilt. And so you just opened up to gratitude. So how are you showing your gratitude for your recovery today?
Guys.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. I show gratitude for my recovery today by, well, I guess to the best of my ability, I work my program. And I write a gratitude. I try to write a gratitude list. If I say I do it every day, that's a lie. So to the best of my ability.
Josh and I are on a gratitude text thread with 3 other people.
Yeah.
And we don't always do it every day.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm involved in it.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking about gratitude every day.
It's really helpful. I think the biggest way that I show my gratitude for my recovery is I'm learning more and more to surrender my will. And ultimately, I think that recovery is, for me, one of the best ways for me to be in recovery and be grateful for that is to allow my higher power to care for my life. And I find, and this is just to my knowledge and my understanding of my recovery to today, so this could be completely wrong. I'm not a genius or anything, but it feels like now my experience is the more I'm willing to surrender my will, especially in moments where I don't, like when I'm dropping shit and I'm on a mission and there's a thing in the back of my head that says this mission is self-will and you need to sit and do nothing. I'm trying more and more to be willing to do that because ultimately, like, the gift is going to be the will of something greater than, like, the outcome of something greater than me is way cooler than anything else.
Yeah.
And I think if I let that happen, that's like how I'm showing gratitude for, like, the life that's given to me.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I can relate to that. So your gratitude is not strictly action. You can feel gratitude.
Yes.
Right? It's a feeling.
It's a feeling.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I hear you. All right. What consequences are you dealing with today, if any, from your past? Some people get like Hep C, some people get felonies, some people get, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think I went to the dentist. There's no consequences, but I went to the dentist, and like this year is the first time I've gone to the dentist in a long time.
Years.
Really? And, like, you know, the result of active addiction is for me has been destruction of my teeth.
Yeah. And
I don't have, like, I'm lucky that I don't have, like, they weren't like, we need to pull all your teeth out. But, like, you know, it's mostly medical stuff. So, like, going to the dentist, going to the doctor, like, you know, navigating life on life's terms of, like, okay, my PPO insurance, like, this is what it covers and this is what it doesn't. And I didn't always go to the dentist. So, like, here I am and, like, accepting, like, okay, this is what it's going to cost for me to go and take care of myself. And
so not a lot of, like, direct finger point to tangible shit like jail time or
nope. No.
So a lot of people, we find out, like, get off scot clean.
Yeah, which is tricky because social acceptability does not equal recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be a CEO and still be a bag of shit.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Hep C, but I don't anymore.
Okay. So you've gotten through that.
Yep.
That was a consequence.
Yep.
Not anymore. All right. So sometimes we forget, we don't always ask, but what's your spirituality look like?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I would say, I don't know.
You're still questioning it?
Like, I'm not in a religious sense, but how I practice it on a daily basis is I think writing my gratitude list is how I connect to my spirituality. And then what I've been doing recently is I've been writing letters to God. Like, I'm on a second step. So I have this like list of the ways that like a higher power has shown up in my life. And every day, like I kind of look at that list, and sometimes like throughout the day, I'll be like, oh, that's how I know the birds. Because I'm like, after a while, I just put the birds on my list. I'm like, straight up, that's my God. Like when the birds chirp in the morning, I'm like, that's happening for me specifically. And so I keep that list going, and then
so your definition of a higher power is just the universe,
nature, or
I guess I don't know. I don't really I haven't defined it in a while. Like,
it's not required to define it.
Yeah,
either.
I just try to like communicate with it. Like I guess I'm mostly concerned with building a relationship and understanding like how to I'm not there yet. But building a relationship so maybe I can come to believe that a power greater than me can restore me to sanity.
Yeah. Yes, I relate a lot to that. I always talk about it being free flowing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looked like this, and then it turned into this, and right now it's this, and for a very long time it's my moral compass, because that's where I can rely on doing the next right thing, right? And so I can apply my moral compass, which has a lot to do with the spiritual principles of the program, to just about any question I have in life.
Yeah.
You know, is whatever this is going to cause harm?
Yep.
Because that's my main concern.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to cause harm.
Yeah.
If I don't cause harm, I think I'm doing pretty good in life.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten past the part where like the ambition, I have to be here.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to be anything.
Yep.
You know, and that whole thing that we were talking about, authenticity. I know if I stay authentic, I know that I'm a really, really good person.
You are a good person.
Well, I believe it now.
Yeah.
It took a long time to actually fucking believe it.
But that's what I think is so magical is you asked me earlier, do I believe that there's hope or something?
Yeah.
The reason why I believe that is because I've watched people walk through the things that I'm afraid will never end and have a different experience now. And so you sharing what you've shared with me about your childhood and your trauma and, you know, the things that you've been through in your life and now saying like you believe you're a good person, that's, I think, what gives...
A hope shot?
Yeah, it's like here's an actual... like story that I have of being where you have been, and I don't feel like that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get to that.
Right.
The practice. That's, you know, Josh and I practice a lot on processing.
Yeah.
Like, but it's always a practice. And that's what we're doing.
Yep.
Continuously.
Yep.
It's so easy to get tangled up. So easy to get tangled up. The repetition really is the key.
Yeah.
Back to the higher power thing. So it's still in question your working definition of your higher power right now.
Yeah. I guess I don't really...
I mean, does it matter if you define it?
Oh, I wasn't implying that it mattered.
Then yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just out of curiosity, like what that relationship looks like for you currently.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, so I guess like to answer that, the way I would answer that is, so this round of steps, I'm on my second step and I'm really just like, it's kind of almost like this is the first round of steps I've ever worked. And so, like, I'm not even jumping to the third step.
Yeah, you're finding
Like,
out
I'm
what it
just
is, yeah.
like, I just do whatever my sponsor says. And it seems to work out to the best of my ability. And so right now, like, I just kind of, these are the practices that I have. And
You're working on a clean slate.
yeah, and I have found that I believe in a power greater than myself more now than I ever have. Like, I rely on that power more now than I ever have. Like, in those moments where I say, like, sometimes I just stop in the middle of a gym. There's a bunch of people around me. And I just stand there, close my eyes, take a deep breath, and I say, fucking God help me. And I mean that shit.
Yeah, I don't know what mine is.
And so,
That's good enough.
Yeah, I get this.
I don't know what it looks like or what it
Me either.
does.
Mine's
or,
an energy source outside of myself that communicates with me through my spirit.
Yeah.
And it could fucking...
And that's good enough.
Yeah, and it could communicate with me through an experience that I have, through like almost nearly audible.
Yeah.
Like I can hear it, I can feel it. I like it. There's something. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I definitely believe in it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what our literature has taught me is that our ultimate goal is to awaken spiritually.
Yeah.
Our ultimate goal. So
Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps.
just the fact that we can identify as spiritual,
Yep.
anything spiritual is personal, for me, made it okay to exist in this space, right?
Yeah.
Like I get to choose
Yeah.
my own spirituality.
Yeah.
And so it's changed. I remember sharing an event in San Francisco fucking 25 years ago. And at that time, I shared that my higher power was a transgendered comedian
Okay.
because I was just coming in to my realizing the fact that I get to have sensitive feelings. Like, you know, I grew up
Yeah. Okay.
fucking
Yep.
tough life, you know, violence throughout. Using was violence.
Yep.
And so at that period of my recovery, I was starting to have like feelings and like my voice would crack and I'd start crying
Yeah.
at any given moment. And I was like, holy shit, I'm now I look back and I'm like, I was actually embracing my feminine side, right? My
Yeah.
dear feelings.
Like you were rewiring the stories and the conditioning around that, your
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. So the wall broke.
Did you say that you announced that your higher power was a transgender comedian?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
I'm
was-
explaining that.
Now, and so that was like a
Yeah, we just skimmed over that.
self-imposed, like I'm getting in touch with my feminine side and I like to laugh. And like you made that your higher power, or like what was the...
That's the feeling. Like I identified the feeling and I felt that my, you know, the sensitive side was coming through now.
You're breaking down the walls of the masculinity.
Right.
And that experience felt like a power greater than you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the reason I said
Interesting.
comedian and transgendered because I felt both. Like I felt feminine
Gotcha.
feelings and I
Yep.
felt, you know, masculine feelings. And I was like, whoa, this is fucking weird. You know, because I've never had the sensitive feelings. I remember as a little kid, I'd cry a lot
Yeah.
as I'm getting beat, you know. But anyways, long story short, the comedian part of it was like I was hitting a lot of the situations would happen and I would like, you know, those situations where you pray for one thing
Yeah.
and something happens and it's
It is
giving
what
you
you
what
prayed
you
for.
asked for, but not the way you
But you know,
want.
yeah, you're like, what? I don't want to have to work for this.
Yeah, and I'm replying to my higher power like, "Oh, you're fucking funny." You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this is funny.
Yeah.
I said I wanted to
I said I wanted to live in your will, but don't take away what I want.
yeah. You know, there's a lot of those hits where
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, you think you're funny, do you?"
Yeah.
And so, so it's all changed, and so I'm okay now, just letting it flow,
Yeah.
whatever it looks like.
Yeah. That sounds like freedom.
It is freedom.
Yeah.
It is freedom. And the only thing that I really care about is that I awakened spiritually.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
So we're all done with our cue cards
Okay.
and all that stuff.
Cool.
Do you have like a really cool story that
What about,
you like?
what about,
Oh, the good thing that
Yes.
happened. So after, you ask.
I might butcher the question, but I think it's something good that you took away from working your 4th step.
That's perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it was just, honestly, I think it was a freedom from the some of the self-made prisons that I had. Like how I shared with you, like that was the first time I told anyone about that experience I had with the guy.
Yeah.
It's the first time I ever told anyone about that, honestly. And I thought I was admitting a sin. And then my sponsor gave me a different perspective that was, I didn't believe her when she told me, but it opened the door for me to find a little bit of freedom around taking personal responsibility for that. And I think that like was just, I think that was a gift that I got from that first 4th step. Otherwise I would have carried that.
Still.
Yeah. And then, just kind of, I guess it just clears away. So in a way, it's what a 4th step does. It clears away the wreckage and confusion of our lives.
Cool. Do you have something that you can pinpoint that changed after you worked the 4th step? Maybe over a period of time where you go, oh, that's different because you've worked the 4th step?
This is good. I'm glad that we added these questions.
Yeah.
I like these.
I'm glad you remembered.
Yeah. The like maybe I'm not a piece of shit, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe like that was when you were saying that, like I remember that feeling of like, wow, I've been a piece of shit this whole time in my head, and I didn't even fucking know I was doing that to myself.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's not even true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have something that you can touch on?
I think it would be like now when it reminds me of when you were asking me about resentment. Do I work through that quicker? Like when things come up that I've looked at on my 4th step now, like the patterns reemerge. It's almost like I'm quicker to be like, oh, there's that thing again. I've done this before. This is like a familiar pattern that I don't need to, that I can just not like, I dip my toe in it and actually, no, thank you. And that's awesome. That's cool. That's a cool thing.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
So
nice. All right.
Before the podcast, you shared with us about recognition of other people experiencing fucked up things and it making it okay for you to also
identify with it.
Yeah, and I'd share and be open about that kind of stuff. I just found it interesting that we kind of touched on it earlier without even really realizing it, you know?
Yeah. I guess would be similar to that first 4th step where like, same thing with secrets or like holding an identity in my head, feeling shameful, not sharing, being isolating. The more I do that, the bigger that becomes. And then when I share, the less big it is, you know?
No. That's exactly
and I find the courage, like sometimes I'm not willing to share that. But when I hear someone else share the experience I'm having, I'm like, oh, I can talk about that. And then I talk about it, and then I break the cycle of like, I break the hold so much that addiction has on that.
Yeah.
Or my disease or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you guys find it easier to have healthy relationships after working your first 4 step? Either one of you?
I've never had a healthy relationship.
No, I just mean in general, like with anybody.
Doesn't have to be romantic.
Not necessarily romantic.
No, I know.
Okay.
You're a shit, me.
I'm pretty much a shit show most of
Dude.
the time.
Okay. Tell us about your relationship with your sponsor.
So this is the first one. This is like one of the first, but my relationship with my sponsor, it's one of the hardest relationships, I think, for me, because I realize that I run when the moment I cross into vulnerable, my head says they're rejecting me, I'm abandoned, blah, blah. But I'm gonna, same with my dad, like how my dad moved all the time. I'm like, time for me to go. Get a new sponsor, get a new life, get a new whatever, go to school, get a new job.
You need to rewire that.
Yeah, like, and I haven't done that. And so, yeah, I've been trying to practice that courage that I have of like, hey, my brain's telling me that you hate me because I call you every day still and tell you the truth. Or like whatever it's saying. And so
it's all in your head though.
And that is like the beginning, I think, of me learning to have healthy relationships. Before that, like there's always been a piece of me that has been withdrawn or withdraws after a certain point.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You said something that like Josh and I have experienced, and a couple other sponsees have experienced, is like, he would call and check in. This was some time ago, and he'd go, I don't feel connected to you. Are we okay? And it, like earlier in the day, I was just thinking how grateful I was to have Josh in my life. And I'm like, I don't know where that's coming from, buddy, but it's not true.
Yeah.
And he's like, really? And I go, yeah. And he's like, must be in my head.
Yeah.
It is.
If I don't get good enough sleep for like I really have a hard time sleeping. Like I have really bad sleep apnea. My shoulders hurt. I can't sleep on my back. Like sleeping is a fucking
all 17 parts of you shoulder?
Yeah, sleeping is a battle for me almost every night. Like I usually wake up more tired.
So that has a lot to do with you thinking that you and I are not connected?
Yes. So I start to form paranoia.
Yeah.
And it's not the same as drug-induced psychosis, but things start to become questionable in my head. And like I did that with Sadie the other night. I'm like, we're talking and I'm like, I just like had to like stop communicating with her. Cause in my head, I'm like, there's something she's not telling me. She's going to hurt me. She doesn't really want to get married. Like all this stuff. I started building a story. I was like,
she wants to divorce me and we're not even married.
Yeah. And I was like, and she's not telling me because it's easier than dealing with the reality. And I was like, oh my God. I just sat there for a second and I went to sleep and I woke up in the middle of the night and all the feelings were gone. I was like, holy shit, I was just tired.
Yeah.
Like when you eat a bite of food and you're like, oh shit, I was hungry.
Shit, dude,
yeah, that's
sorry.
Yeah.
It's a go-to for Josh.
That was kind of
sure.
my fault.
Yeah. My bad.
He has his own snack drawer here. So when he walks in the door, he goes to his own snack drawer.
I really do.
He's smart.
Yeah.
He knows himself.
So
no, they know me.
Oh, they were
Yeah,
like,
they provide.
We've experienced him a few times when he walks in the door and there's nothing to eat for him, and he gets all weird with his hands and his jaw swivels, and I think his eyeballs kind of roll. It's like grinding his teeth.
His blood sugar is just dropping by the second.
Feed him, stat.
Going pale.
Yeah. Story time.
Oh, what's up? Oh, I should have thought of one of these before. I don't know if I have any funny stories.
Funny, tragic, whatever. And if you don't have a story, you don't have a story.
What's an experience that you have in your life that stands out to you?
And what's any experience?
Yeah.
Well, something that's really stands out.
And it's relative. So, it doesn't matter what that looks like compared to somebody else's experiences.
So I'm glad this is anonymous. I you know this story, but I'll share it. So a couple years in 2024, I was in an abusive relationship. I was in a job that I wasn't willing to let go of. I was training for a marathon, and I was running. It was a fall marathon, so I was running long runs, and I'm intense. My brain's wrapped up around the time I'm this whole thing. And I was running at 4 a.m. because it was going to be hot and I needed to run for 3.5 hours. And so it was dark, but I was running across a crosswalk and this car came and I knew they were coming off the freeway. And I just said, I don't care. They're going to stop. I'm a pedestrian. I'm going to run across the crosswalk. I'm on a mission because I need to run 18 miles in 3 hours. Don't you know?
That 15 seconds to wait for the car was unacceptable. It's
unacceptable because he's not going to love me. They're going to fire me. My whole identification is wrapped up in this. And the car runs into me, drives into me, hits me. My first thing I did was I stopped my watch. I say because I had my Garmin on.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I stopped my watch and I was like, okay, don't let this count in your run. This moment.
You just got nailed by a car and you stopped your watch.
Drove into my, I'm a pedestrian, and drives into my leg. And I'm just like, fuck. And my higher power is so cool. There's a highway patrol guy coming off. So so I'm like literally, there's a cop there to see the whole thing. So I'm like very much, I'll come back around to this, but the long story short is it took me, like I was in my will so much that I was like, okay, let's exchange information because I need to finish my run.
Are you shitting me?
And then I start to get up and I'm like, wait a second, can't walk. And I'm like, wait a second, I'm in a lot of pain. Like I'm fucked up. And so what happened was, we exchanged numbers. The cop got statements. The cop drove me home and I was like, I guess I'm not going to finish my run. I'll get ready and go, I'll rest, I guess, maybe, and go to work. And then I was like, called a friend. I was like, can I come to the gym? And they were like, you should go to the hospital. And then I got to the hospital and I realized I'm really
broken.
Yeah. And so, what happened was I ended up not being able to walk for 4 weeks. I was trying to go to work. I work at a gym. I'm trying to go to work with this cast on my leg. I'm like, I'll do whatever you want me to do. I'll do fold the laundry. I'll work for free. Just I was so much in my own.
You could not be alone in your head.
Couldn't. I was just full steam ahead. This guy has to love me and I have to win the marathon, take podium because and I couldn't walk. I was devastated. I was so wrapped up in my image. And I ended up running the marathon 3 months later.
With a cast on?
Nope. I pulled it together. Did what I had to do, rested, complained, pulled it together.
Crazy.
I ran the marathon. I ran another marathon. I got fired. My whole life fell apart. I had to move. I got a new job. This guy stole a bunch of money. My life was traumatic. And I was just like, what is going on? This is years clean. And I just remember my entire life fell apart and everyone had turned against me. I'm doing air quotes because I felt like a victim, but I wasn't. And I was devastated, broken, demoralized, and not getting loaded and broke. and my job, I ended up getting a new job and I was moving. I didn't know if I was going to move or not, but I really needed to leave Grass Valley. I really needed to leave town. And my dad was like, go look at this apartment down in Roseville where my new job was. And I went down there and they were like, we can't accept cats and you have a cat, but I really like you. So I'm going to see if we can make something work.
Shit, really?
And so, and then and the apartment was more than I could, I can't afford my apartment. I live in a gated community in freaking Roseville. There is schwanky bougie as shit. It's called the Phoenician or whatever. There's a pool and shit.
Okay.
And I'm like, there's a fireplace in there. I was just like, how am I gonna afford this? And I was like, I can't. And I was just beaten down. And I just said, I just kind of drove home, and I drove back up to Grass Valley, and my whole spirit was broken. And I was just like, if it works out and I get this apartment, I will say yes and trust.
And you'll figure it out.
And this is a year after the car accident. I got home, opened my mailbox, and there was a settlement check for $15,000 in there. And I said, holy shit. And they called me and said, the apartment is yours. And I just said, yeah, yes. And I just have I have goosebumps because when I think back on it, my higher power was like, no matter how hard you're trying to fuck up your life, I'm going to take care of you. Here's a highway patrol guy. He's going to take he's going to see the whole thing, take all the things. You're going to be able to get a lawyer. And I was just like, I just resolved, I was like, I'm never going to get anything from that. I didn't have insurance, nothing. I just am like, my life's falling apart. And then it took a year. I just didn't think I was going to get a settlement.
Shout out Ryan Dostart.
Thank you so much. I just had no idea I was going to get a settlement. That was the lawyer that got me a settlement. Josh helped me with that. And a year later, the moment I needed it, that I was going to do the correct thing with that money, it showed up in my mailbox. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to leave town. And I left town and I got this new job. And like you said, I'm a different person. I got back into recovery. I started healing in ways that I didn't even need to know I needed to heal in. And that helped me. And now I can pay my rent and everything's fine. But I got so much more out of it. So I don't know. That's not from when I was getting loaded, but
no,
it's
it doesn't.
Just that's one of the things that's on my list.
That full circle is cool because I had all that information.
Yeah.
But it didn't hit the way that it did when you told the whole story.
Yeah. I mean, I just remember when I got that check, I was just I just sobbed on the inside. I was just I'm going to be I think
I'm going to be okay.
I think that I'll be okay.
I remember that.
And I can't even put into words how much it meant. And yeah, and I'm so grateful. That's on the top of that God list for me is just
I remember when we were unloading shit at your apartment, you were like, it's going to be all right, isn't it?
Because I couldn't.
I think it's gonna be okay, right?
I didn't have an income.
Yeah,
and I hadn't lived. I was used to abuse. I hadn't lived anywhere. I have a fireplace in my apartment, and it's it's not fancy or anything. But for me, I was I can't afford this. This is schwanky shit.
Yeah.
But you know what I can say is sometimes I sit down in my apartment and so I can hear people come in and out of there. It's in a complex. So they come home and if I'm sitting there quietly, I can hear them. And sometimes when I can feel I have PTSD and they'll come up the stairs and rustle their keys and my heart rate goes and I have to sit there and look at my door and I look at the lock and it's locked and I just think, no one's coming in, you're okay. No one's coming in, you're okay. And I have trauma.
I relate.
And I remember, and I often think wow, I am really taken care of. I really needed to be in a gated apartment complex where I'm in a really safe place.
Yeah.
I'm just so fucking safe.
It's cool that you're in a safe place, but I think that really you just needed to have the experience of being okay in an environment that doesn't feel like you might be okay,
Yeah, well, I really trusted that everything was going to be okay. And I mean, yeah, and I'm just so grateful. I have an amazing life. I've been single for for over a year. And I just am working on myself. And
congrats on that. That's tight too.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
The relationship thing was
yeah.
And so,
that's I was just talking to somebody about this morning. The suggestion that we hear around the rooms, whatever the fuck that is, don't get in a relationship for a year or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what's right or wrong about that. I have no idea. I know I didn't pay attention to it, but I know that the quality of relationships that I was able to have changed drastically when I did that.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't in the beginning. It was like in the middle somewhere. Like I'm not going to date for a while. This is not working.
Yep.
And then like stayed away from relationships, and then all of a sudden I'm like, that relationship ended without any harm being caused.
Yep.
And I was like, are we friends?
Yep.
Like, whoa. And then I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I was new, the saying was, don't get in a relationship until you worked all 12 steps.
Yeah.
And at that time in our area, we were working a step a month.
Okay.
It was,
gotcha.
So a year.
Yep.
So it turned into a year, but it was, don't get in a relationship until you've worked all 12 steps, because there's a lot of issues that you haven't figured out. Character defects. So that was the premise of like not getting in a relationship, because if you haven't worked the steps, then you're still taking the same baggage into the scene. So anyways, that's where that came from for me.
Yeah.
I know there's other people that had different experiences, but
there's so much to be learned too. Like the failed relationships are the biggest lessons, I was just talking about that with her, is the 2 columns about what you didn't like in the relationship that just broke up, and then what you want in the next relationship. And are you willing to bring those things that you want into the relationship? Yeah. And what can you compromise on too?
Yeah. What
are your deal breakers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Anyways.
Yeah.
That's a great story that you had. That's an uplifting story.
Yes.
And it's a hope shot.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
If it can happen for you, it can happen for other people.
Yeah. Don't get hit by a car. Like that's,
avoid,
it really.
Trust in the process.
I mean, yeah, I didn't.
What a crazy story about timing.
It's just the timing. Like, it just, sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, my higher power has to be real extreme with me. Otherwise I'm like, why is that happening?
Yeah, I get it, dude.
That was weird.
That's how I am too. It needs to be really like.
He's got to smack me with a car. Like,
yeah.
Right on. Well, before we close, just wanted to give a shout out to our friends over at the Anonymous podcast and the Living Clean podcast. I forgot to mention them in the beginning, so give them a check, and shout out to Cousin John for doing all the sound engineering and processing for us.
Yeah, you want to give a shout out to your friends in Ireland too that just did a podcast with?
We have 2 episodes coming out, and probably within 2 weeks. I just got back from Ireland.
yeah.
And I was able to take the recording equipment with me, and we recorded 2 episodes there.
Oh, cool.
And I will be interested to find out if people can actually understand what they're saying.
Okay.
People from the United States, they're great people. I love them to death.
I'm interested to hear it.
Yeah,
I'm going to listen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you will.
Yep.
It'll be fun.
How did you deal with that?
You know what?
Could you understand them?
70% of the time.
That's enough.
But yeah, it was enough because
Yeah.
we were talking about recovery, so I was able to understand that part. There's words that they use that we don't, for specific things, but I'm able to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like it takes me, the thought process is a catch up. Does that make sense?
You're piecing it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, as they're talking, I'm trying to figure out. Oh,
There's
that
like a
means
little
that.
delay.
Yeah.
That's how patois is in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Like it's like English, but it's not. It's
Yeah.
like English, but like they put their little twist on it, and so you can kind of what did he say? That must mean okay. I think I got it.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of just hear it out. And
I mean, we got places in the United States that we can't understand each other either, and they're speaking English type.
Sometimes Sadie says shit I can't understand. Like, what'd you just fucking say?
Anyway, so we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening.
Yep. Love you guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks
Love you guys too.
for coming out.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Thank you for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate you being here and being part of this community. Just a quick heads up before we wrap. The people we talk to on this show are just sharing their own personal stories. They do not speak for any specific recovery program or group. It's just their experience, strength, and hope. Well, that's it for now, and please remember that you can follow us on any of your streaming platform that you listen to, and somewhere in there on that streaming platform there is a donate button if you care to help out with our monthly fees that we have to pay to produce each episode, and there's a follow button. There's also somewhere on your streaming platform you can text us and send us a response or email or check in. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you.